Gents, welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. Tonight, I came up with this subject. I'll be honest with you guys. I almost canceled today's live stream. Just kind of have a personal thing that's going on with my family, and I almost canceled tonight's live stream. But I came across a video that I think is important to the conversation that we continue to have, okay? I believe that one of the biggest things, one of the biggest questions that we talk about here on this channel is about how the behaviors that we see of modern women today. And I always come at it from the lens of being a man, obviously, because I am a man, because I have been in everyone's position. Matter of fact, the book that I'm writing now is how I went from being a skinny kid to, I've been training people and training myself for more than 2 decades, right? So I want to help men be the best version of themselves that they can be. And I'm hoping that you bear with me tonight and stick with this subject, because I do have a number of clips that I'm going to present to you. And there's one in particular that actually made me come up with tonight's title and topic. So I need for you to kind of just bear with me and get through this, because there's some points that I'm going to attack, obviously, but there's some other points that I'm going to make tonight that I just want you guys to consider while you're in your dealings, whether you decide that you want to date or don't want to date, or you're going to grab your passport and go overseas. Any which case, I believe that tonight's episode, that I want to get deep into the minutia of something that one of these women are going to say. Actually, there's in a couple clips, there's a number of things that women are going to say that I want you guys just to consider, right, in your goings and dealings. And it kind of links to the things that I talk about on this channel. All right. So shout out to my brother, Neil. Neil, I have a story to tell. He said, I'm here, bro. I appreciate you, man. All good. All good. All right. Tonight's topic that I'm going to bring up, like I said, I'm listening to the woman and I'm angry, but I can understand part of her point. And so that's kind of where I built tonight's live stream from. So you're going to want to stick around for this. If you're new to the channel, we do this every week. I do the live stream, not because I get a lot of views for it. I don't even monetize the live streams anymore. Everything that you guys contribute and give to the channel is all I have on these Wednesday live streams. I do it for my gents. And the gents, if you subscribe to this channel, you become a gent and you become a part of the conversation. Preston, another one of my gents here. He said, what up, Sean C., Blue Money City? I am great, man. You know what? Like I said, I didn't have the energy for the live stream when I first started, but I believe tonight's topic is going to be great. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit here and push this out further than it needs to be. I'm going to start off with the first couple clips before I get into the one clip that's going to kick really all this off. I wanted to go through these first 2 clips to set the tone for what we're going to be talking about tonight, okay? I'm going to get to you guys. Preston says, how you living, pimpin'? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing better. I'm actually very anxious to talk about tonight's topic, which is why I'm probably rushing to get into it right now, okay? So once we get through this and we get some more people in here, get more people engaged in the chat, I'll start going through my shout outs for everybody that I see that's coming through the chat. But in tonight's topic, I'm going to discuss why you, as a man, you're not good enough. And maybe you've heard that. Maybe some of you guys have experienced rejection. And I think that if you've put yourself out there enough, there's no way that you don't experience rejection. But what we're seeing in modern society today is that men are going through way more rejection than they probably ever have. And there's a number of reasons that women give for this. But I don't want you guys to be discouraged by this. And I'm going to talk about that as we get more toward the end of the broadcast. But I don't want you guys to be discouraged. I want tonight's videos that I'm going to present to you guys to give you something to aspire towards. That's my goal. That's my hope. I'm not saying, I'm not promising anybody anything, but there's a place that you got to start. Okay. So we're going to get into the first clip tonight. Let me know in the chat, put a 1 in there. When I play this, can you hear this?
There are single women with no kids who are college educated.
Yeah.
And they're having trouble finding mates because they're like, I'm at this level.
Yes.
And I'm looking for someone to elevate me, and I'm not finding a lot of candidates that are going to meet me or improve me. And I think that is what a lot of people are missing.
I think that's an excuse, though. There are educated women out there who can find good men, but the real question is, what they're not going to tell you is how many successful men that are on their level or above their level that they passed off. See, that's what we don't know. We just hear, I can't find nobody.
But what did you do to run him off? Like,
yeah, but I'm going to say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough.
But when I say a good man, I mean, like, he's good. That means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like, he's a good man.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you.
So you guys just heard that. You might have seen part of that clip in another video or live stream that I did before. And the reason why I bring this particular clip back up, the reason why I am talking about this again, or I brought this particular clip back up, is because we hear this narrative all the time. We hear about, especially in the Black community, how more college educated the Black woman is than the Black man. And I think that when you look at it, and even, Kevin Samuels talked about this a lot when he was still here, rest in peace to the Godfather. But one of the things he said is that there are more Black women getting degrees. And congratulations, sisters, on getting your education, your post-secondary education, right? But the thing about it is a lot of those degrees, some of those degrees are complete BS. That's not to take away from the work that woman did to try to get a degree to give herself a leg up. What it is to say is that having that degree doesn't make you better than all men, particularly when we talk about the Black man, okay? I have the luxury of one of my best friends. His mother was my school teacher. Probably one of the most educated women I have ever met in my life. And this woman continued her, working her way through the school system until the point that she retired. And when she retired, she started doing other marvelous things, okay? Now, his dad worked as a plant worker and made good money as well. Probably made money, good enough money to kind of float them as she was a school teacher. And of course, as she ascended, built her businesses and stuff like that, they are still together today. All right. Even though her education may have been higher than his, they both understood their role in the household. And this couple, this family, are still married today. They're not talking about separating, getting a divorce. They are in support of each other, building each other up. And why is it today that we see amongst couples that, oh, he's not on my level, so I can't stay with him? Because the statistics are clear, right? Of the 50% divorce rate, 70 to 80% are initiated by women, and 90% if she's college educated. So women have it in their head that I'm doing better than my man. And instead of sticking there and being a part of the plan, the first thing they want to do nowadays is run. Instead of saying we have an opportunity to build this family, to give something to our family that no one else has done. No one else is left behind. But again, I just want you to hold there, okay? I'm going to present you with the very next clip because I want to show you a clip of young men today. And this may not be the best example, but I want to use this example because it is important. Because the least of the men are having the hardest time. Sorry, quote unquote, the least of men are having the hardest time in this dating market. Okay, so I'm going to present you the next clip before I get to the shout outs. Okay.
Hey y'all, I got a question. Am I the only one that gets rejected by a lot of females?
You are not the only one that gets rejected by a lot of women. The dating game is especially cruel to men. 88% of men won't receive their first flowers until they're dead. It really shows how little we are valued and why a lot of us tends to get rejected in like the harshest ways, which also makes it harder for you to put yourself out there again. Like me, I'm only 23 and I've already basically given up on ever finding love anyways. I either get ghosted or they just find a better version of me, which hurts even more. And it's especially harder for men like you and me because we have autism, which not only makes it harder for us to form human connections to begin with, but it also makes it harder to understand women. There's a few girls right now I could see myself chasing. But at this point, I'm sick of trying and then finding out I'm yet again not good enough. But you do seem like a decent guy, so I do hope you find someone.
Now listen, these two gentlemen have autism, and I didn't start exactly on time because I knew I had this clip somewhere, so I took the extra few minutes to pull it up, okay? Now, we can say, well, they have autism, Sean. Maybe they're there. No. The main clip of tonight is going to prove it doesn't matter who you are, right? I'm going to show you in the main clip tonight, which is the very next clip after I go through the shout-out section of tonight's video, that this isn't just a problem for these young men. There's a problem that a lot of men are facing. And we're going to go through this woman's arguments, or the women, the women that I have. We're going to go through some of their arguments, and we're going to talk about them. And some of this you may not want to hear. Some of this may piss you off, right? I don't want to piss you off. I want you just to hear. I don't want to discourage you either. I just want to put it out there because we need to talk about this from all sides. We need to talk about this from all sides. We got to be realistic about what's going on out here, okay? Let me switch cams again. So this, again, I can't do this without my gents, right? Without you guys, this channel would be nothing. So I always do shout outs to thank my gents for being here, to see who's in the chat, and let y'all know that I appreciate each and every one of you guys, okay? So if you become a gent, I'd shout you out too, okay? So let's see who we got up in here, all right? Well, I got to go way up. You guys hit that. Y'all hit that thing well. Preston says, of course we'll never be good enough for these people. They obviously only want not good enough. We'll get there. Still Saint says, college educated is a disqualifier. If she is educated, she is more likely to avoid committing to a man, only competing with them. Still Saint says, neither of those women are good. Look how they are dressed, like tarts. Byron, thank you for being here. All right. The modern women won't be married at all. Okay. Neil says, women are looking for perfection, but get upset when the same standards are put on them. That's a great point, Neil. Excellent point. XL Pro. Yep. Talking about the education. He says, salute to the chat. Salute to you, XL Pro. Thank you for being here, my brother. Still Saint says she should be working on getting a family situation, not a career. Well, listen, I'm not going to be mad about a woman getting a career. I don't think having a career in and of itself is an issue. A lot of women back in the day, see, women were fighting for equality to be able to work in the workplace. But when it comes to the African-American community, our women were always working, right? They were always taking care of somebody's kids, cleaning up somebody's house. They were nurses. They were doing this stuff long before the girl power movement really started taking shape. The problem is that they drank the Kool-Aid and now years later we're seeing that they Kool-Aid didn't have a requisite amount of sugar in it to have the flavor, didn't have that flavor right. Okay, and they still drinking it to this day. And as we talk about drinking, I got a little thirsty. Your boy got a little thirsty. Okay, so I believe that it is up to each woman to determine whether or not they want to start and build a family. But the problem is, society has told women nowadays waiting to have your family is the best move, and in some cases that's correct. But what women do not realize is that they may be running the dating market currently when it comes to hookup culture, but when it still comes to marriage, men still have to be the ones to make that decision, right? Men still have to get out on bended knee, and men still have to take that risk. And so at that point, as a woman starts to age, the market is going to dictate her value. All right. The market is going to dictate her value, just like it dictates the value for those young men I just played in a previous clip. So that's something that we got to take in consideration. Neil says some modern day women is about I, not we in a relationship. Neil, you've been married to your wife for a minute. You guys, that's why I respect you having here. And one of these days I'm going to get you up on the show. But you know better than I know that it is a we. It is a team effort, not an I effort, not about me effort. All right. That's why if you read, and I say this every week, but if you read the comments on anybody who says I'm married, whether it be man or woman, I always give them their flowers. I hate to say that. I always congratulate them. And I also wish them well on their continued journey together. Every person that comes in and says, I'm married and I'm glad I ain't got to go through all this, I congratulate each and every one of those people, because I do believe in people that are married staying together. And I do believe in long-term relationships and the sanctity of that. I do not promote marriage anymore because I do not believe it's worth it for the modern man. But I will say that I am for people being together, because without that thread of family, society will unravel over time. And I don't think that modern women today are looking at the long haul. One of my favorite sayings in the whole world is this shit is chess, not checkers. Okay, I tell it, if you was to ask my daughters about it now, they would quote it exactly the way I do, because I've instilled that in them, that this shit is chess, not checkers, right? And I think a lot of modern women today are playing checkers, all right? Just trying to get the quick jump, the quick move, okay? Instead of thinking it out. Where we at? Still says, somebody needs to tell these young guys that these women do not have honorable intentions out here. The women have bought into the lie that they can have it all. I believe that. Shout out to Bruce Rain, my brother Bruce Rain. Boy, if you don't put a damn shirt on, don't be hating, okay? Don't be hating. Don't hate, congratulate, okay, my brother? He getting swole. Well, look, bro, eventually I'm going to be promoting my book. So don't you want to know that I'm writing a fitness book and a fitness story, and I'm telling you what I've done over the decades to maintain myself over the years? Wouldn't you want to buy a book from somebody you can see it from, or somebody who's going to BS you? I'm going to tell you the real in the book, okay? I'm still writing the book, y'all. I know you're like, Sean, you're going to put out the book. I'm working on it, okay? I'm working on these things, okay? But yeah, I'm a TSG on that creatine. Nope, all natural. And I talk about that in the book as well. That's why y'all going to have to buy it. And here's the other thing about creatine, real quick. I know this is a sidebar. Here's the thing about creatine. Long time ago, there was some wrestlers that died from it because they didn't hydrate enough. This may look like Kool-Aid. It's just water with a little flavor in it. That's it. Hydration is so important. And for the record, I do talk about using creatine in the book, which I do agree with. But creatine isn't something you use the whole time. Creatine is something that you use as a to break the plateau. And you only use it for a certain amount of time, and then you get off of it, and then you continue on, right? There's so many plateau breakers that I talk about in this book. That's why y'all going to have to buy it, okay? I know what I'm talking about. That's what we're here for, to listen, learn, and grow. I appreciate that, Preston. That's what we're going to do tonight. Hell yeah. He's my big bro. He puts on muscle like crazy. That's the other thing I talk about in the book, Bruce, how if you follow what I'm saying in the book and you do it and you're willing to dedicate over time, even if you stop working out, what did I tell you before, Bruce? Give me 2 weeks, give me 1 month, and I'll look good again. Because I've been doing it for so long, the body remembers. All right? Juju, shout out to Juju. Wow, finally catching a live one. I'm glad you're here, brother. Thank you for being here. Still Saint says, do you see what has happened now that the government has offered them money to put the man out of the house? We've talked about that before. You mean the womanist Kool-Aid that killed hookup culture and traditional dating? Absolutely. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Exactly. Yep. How sharp are those swords in the background? Well, I'm not going to be touching them right now. Career-oriented women are... Somebody finally noticed my swords in the background. Career-oriented women are playing tic-tac-toe on TikTok, TSG. Yes, they are. They are playing tic-tac-toe. Don't hate, appreciate paper chase. I like that. And last one. When will the book be finished? All right, man. You put me on the spot here, bro. I'm on chapter 8 right now. I got chapter 9, chapter 10, the conclusion to write. And I'm going to also create a bunch of extras. So I say at least another couple weeks. At least. I need your book ASAP. Well, we'll get it there. All right. Let me set up the next clip because this is the main, I can say the main video. I have a number of videos tonight, but this is the one that I built tonight's video off of, okay? Oh, this is a longer video. Okay, this is a long video, and there's a reason. There's a reason why I chose this to be the main clip of the night, right? So let me set it up. So I'm just looking through TikTok. I'm scrolling. I see this woman talking about that most men are not rich. They're not desirable, and they're not pleasant to look at. You heard me absolutely correct. This woman is going to talk about men in a way that may piss some of you off. I want you to hear my points on this. I'm not saying I agree with her. And there's certain points that I don't disagree with her. But y'all know me, I'm fair. I'm going to tell it like it is. So I want to go through and take what this woman is saying, and I'm going to tell you where it hurts. And I'm going to tell you where we as men need to improve. And I'm also going to tell you where this woman is full of shit. Okay? Let's go.
So I believe sometime last year, I asked women on Facebook to observe the men as they were out and about. Just look at them, right? And to report back how many handsome men they see in a day. So this went on for about 2 weeks, and women were seeing maybe 1 or 2 handsome men a week. And that's generous, right? Most men are not attractive, right? That's not their currency. Beauty is our currency, right? Men's currency is money.
Let me pause it right there, gents. All right? Let me pause it right there. This woman says that she, on her Facebook or whatever, told women to go out for a week or 2 and report back how many handsome men that they see. And they can only report 1 or 2 per week. Now, as I listened, I was like, wow, okay, really? Okay. And then I thought she was going to go somewhere else with this, right? I thought she was going to say, when she talked about being handsome isn't the currency of men, right? It's basically our ability to be able to provide security, protection, provision. We know this. We know this as a general thing. Even Kevin Samuels would agree with this on what this woman is saying. All right? But what I want you guys to consider is that it always comes back to money with modern women. With modern women, it always comes to what you make. And not that you guys can start and build a family together. With modern women nowadays, it's what can you do for them? And she's going to talk about this here because this is a longer video. So I want you guys to stick with me because she says a lot. And I want to unpack all of it. I agree that as a man, if you're going to go ahead and start a family, obviously you need to be in a financial position to have a family, or you should. We talk about what women bring to the table, but you as a man wanting to start a family, why are you going to start a family and you haven't even put yourself in a position to be ready to start a family? Again, I'm about to peel off some band-aids that might offend some of you guys, and that's fine. If you want to rock with me, cool. But one thing my gents know is that I'm going to tell the truth. Okay? You got to be willing to be ready to start a family, right? You at least got to be working towards that, starting to work towards your career before. You don't have to be rich, but you should be into your career before really thinking about having a family, because you're wasting your prime years, that youthful energy that you need to compete as a man. We talk about women spending their beauty, their currency that they get straight away, right? As a young woman, they have their currency. Men, we have to build ours. I got married. Let me put this hand up. I got married when I was young. I was starting my career. That's the good part. But the bad part was I hadn't started building my career. I wasn't into career building. I was at the very bottom rung when I first got married. And that was probably a mistake, other than the fact that I have beautiful children from it, right? That I love dearly. So when she started talking about that, I agreed, but then she went somewhere else with it. And we're going to let her continue on and talk about it, okay? I'm going to get to your comments here in a little bit. Actually, let me take one or two real quick. God dang it. These words are getting smaller and smaller. Let me check out. Bruce says Sean wants us all to win. His book details on his workout. It definitely will. I said facts. All you have is all you need. Okay? Dude, that's the whole point of being here, because of the realness of this channel. For those who can't handle truth, go elsewhere. I agree with that, Preston. But we're going to discuss it tonight. Still Saint says the beauty industry is billion strong, and that is just in the black community. Excellent point, Still, and we're going to get to that here in a little bit. Let's see how good they look without their fake up, fresh out of bed, and run the same pole with men. Ooh, I like that. That's what we're talking about tonight. Thought she was strong, independent. Oh, you about to hear in a second. Going into the public with a whole disguise, wig, fake nails, fake eyelashes, fake everything, bought from the Orientals. That's crazy. Definitely should be established or close to it. I agree with that, XO Pro. How about I'll never do is absolutely nothing for you? What you people think this is over here? The Losers Channel? Nobody's saying that, but I'm just putting it out there for people that don't know what this channel is about, okay? Let's get back to the video, because she's about to start getting into some strides now, okay?
And this is where the irony sets in. Most men are not rich, and most men will never be rich. They will either die poor or on a fixed income, right? That's just the way that it is. Most men are going to make an average income. What is that? $30,000, $40,000, $50,000.
Listen, I paused it right here. I'm not coming back up on camera, but let me just say this. Kevin Samuels told a lot of women that on his channel, right? Kevin Samuels told a lot of women that, are you okay with a guy that makes $40,000, $50,000 a year? Because that's what the average man is just going to make. That's just the way it is. Can you deal with that? Right? And a lot of women say they can't. Now, here's the thing. When a man gets married, usually him getting married, yes, most men might stick at that income level, but the truth of the matter is that him getting married is usually what drives him to be more competitive so he can make more money for his family. So the men that are making money, that are middle class, a lot of times they build up their income once they have a family because they have a family. Now, is all guys are going to do that? No. But the ones that actually start to build income, they do it because they do have a family. Let me bring myself up on the screen because there's another point I want to make. I'm going to tell you, I have made over six figures twice in my working lifetime, right? And I did it for over 5 years, right? I've done it for over 5 years before, okay? But I have made a choice that I don't want to work that hard. Now, you guys know I put in 20 years and put in 20 years in the military, right? Doing engineering in the military. I could have gotten out. I'm retired for 5 years now. Had I gone the route and continued doing engineering, I'd probably be making $250,000 a year right now. But I know what it takes to make $250,000 a year, okay? And it's a lot of work. And it's just me, right? My son is the last one in the house, right? My last one that needs to grow up. But for a single man, I don't need six figures anymore, okay? I make damn good money for being less than six figures and being a single guy. I do pretty well. I can lay back, all my bills are paid. I can go out and do some things. So the reason that a guy like me would start to make six figures again, or even try to make $250,000 again, is if, my business aspect of doing this starts to take off, or if I was inclined to settle down with somebody and have a family again. So just being in a relationship with someone that you love, that respects you, that sees your vision, makes it worth it for a man to go out there and earn more. But if not, man, just give me that little fold-out chair, my big-ass TV, my gaming system, and I'm straight. My computers, right? And I'm straight. What do I need all that stuff for? And as Still Saint talked about, all women out here today that we see care about is their wigs, their nails, his lifestyle, them having brunches and mimosas. That's what they care about. I don't give a shit about that, okay? I don't need that much money to do what I need to do. I don't. And a lot of men feel the same way. Why am I go out there and kill myself for the man, right? When I can just make enough where I'm just good. I drive a nice car. I'm great, man. What do I need to do all the extra work for? I've put in those days. I've put in 20-hour days for 30 days straight working on a project. That shit gets tiring. Now, if I had the right woman in my life who was willing to follow my plan, because my plan is huge. If I brought somebody else into it, or is she willing to work on my plan, then I'll be willing to go out there and kill myself to make an extra zero. All right? And a lot of men feel that way. But if you guys want more, or if you guys are still in this dating scene today, you might have to work hard enough to put that extra zero on your paycheck such that you can garner attention from modern women today. All right? Uh-oh, let me see where y'all at. Y'all talking. Hold up, where y'all at? We deserve better. We do, Bruce. I bet you without the makeup, these people are hideous looking monstrosities, but they are strong and independent. They don't want to talk about that. If you're not a broke, yep. If you're not a broke ninja, if not, then get your weight up before you leave. Yep. Sorry, just being honest. There you go. Yeah, we got to put in the work. You heard about France banning DNA testing and fining folks $15K in the pound if someone violate the law. Yeah, I've heard about that. Get your money up, peeps. Leave them in the streets. Look at that one. We're different. Yes, men and women are different. What our goals are different. Guy like him, big as hell. Those glasses make you look sophisticated, Professor Muscles. Hey, I'm like Professor Hulk right now. He on beast mode. Still says basically you were saying women have the ability to force a man to make more money or else the whole family is going to die because of her reckless spending habits. Nope, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I get your point. And in some cases, that is absolutely correct. That wasn't my point. My point is you get with a woman is you and her. You might can make it on your incomes by themselves initially. But then as you start to have kids, you're going to have to make more income to be able to account for each of those kids. If you together make a combined income between 80 and 90K, that might be good for you and her. But every time you add a kid into the equation, you're talking another 12K per year per child, right? So if you want to have 3 kids, you're talking about having to make $130,000, $140,000 a year. In theory, if you want those kids to grow up secure. Now, if you're frugal and make good decisions, it might take a little bit less than that. But on average, 12K per year per child. And that's why I'm saying that a man upping his game in his business or his company is spurned by being with a woman. Face it. Because again, a number of you guys can make 50, 60, 70, 80 grand a year and be cool with just a lawn chair and a goddamn big screen TV, able to watch your football games on Sunday. And your life would be gravy to you. A little ride to get around there. Be able to go out, have a little drink. Go out and have a good little time if you want to. All right? Soon as you get a family, though, all that goes out the window. So you got to put in a little bit more work. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying to account for her spending habits, because assuming that you have a good woman, that's going to be enough. That's going to be enough. Because for women that that respect us, that show us femininity, that are on board with our plan, that is the woman that we'll go out and we'll slay dragons for. Right? We'll slay the dragons for. We'll deal with the bullshit. A lot of men work until they die. A lot of men will slave for a woman till they expire. And why is that? Because that's what we do. That's what we try to do for our family, giving them the security and the provision that they need. Putting the family above ourselves in terms of their needs, their overall needs, right? That's why we start to break down. I ain't gonna get it there. Let's get back to the video here. So, Still says that situation sounds like indentured servitude. Well, it kind of is. If you're a man working for your family until you expire on the earth, you pretty much are indebted to your family. But is that a bad thing? No, that's what's expected of a man. Okay? Until that respect isn't earned anymore. Because women do have to earn our respect as well. They tell us we don't, but we do. Or they do. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it, man. What would happen if dudes talked about women the way they talk about us? That's a great question. And that's why we're going to get into this video. We'll get deeper into it. Again, thank you for the $10 super chat. Everything that you guys give goes back into the channel, right? You guys have bought all this equipment that I have, and I am grateful for it. Thank you so much, man. So we're going to keep the show going. Bruce says he's helping me with my nutrition plan too. Definitely will do that, bro. Keep telling the truth, bro, always. Preston says these people don't care about a plan for the man, but only in misery's land. Here the rhymes come. Bruce says we have to be better. It starts with us. Absolutely. Neil says, yes, kids adds money. Fact. See, there's our married consultant on the channel. Neil is our married consultant. TSG, you heard Kevin Samuels ask them time and time again if they're willing to work while pregnant or pay significant bills after marriage and kids. Yes, I have heard this. You cannot assume you have a good woman after 10 years. Listen, a woman that really cares and loves for a family or a man will get on board with the plan. When you guys get together in the beginning, you lay out your vision for a woman. That's what a man does. He lays out his vision for that woman, because you want that woman to know, to feel secure in the man that she's with. They need security. They need it. That's a need for them. And as much as we, as much as we try to slough that to the side, is the truth. The difference is what we didn't buy up for is for these mimosa lunches, spending frivolously hundreds and hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars on stuff that doesn't matter. It's not to say that you don't want to keep your woman up. It's not to say you don't want to keep her looking good. But the way modern women think about this today is like they don't know the line between what's a necessity and what's a want. They don't think about investing into the future of the family. They think about investing in themselves. Think about the video I made a couple weeks ago where the woman had siphoned off $20-something thousand from her husband's account. Did she talk to him about her stealing that money or taking that money? No. She said, I have to make sure I'm okay in case this doesn't work out. Then why didn't you sign a prenup? See, women think prenup is a bad thing, but you can negotiate the terms of how the thing is going to end. Yeah, maybe you don't get half his money, but you can make sure that you guys have a set time period agreement to make sure that you're okay on the way out. And if you talk about that when you're sober-minded and in love with each other as a love decision, then when you get to the end of the relationship and you hate each other, at least the plan is in place where you were thinking about each other. But you say prenup and women want to turn around and throw it back in your goddamn face instead of saying, let's make this prenup while we love each other. Just in case. It's not to say we're saying this marriage is going to fail. Let's do this in love and in good faith. But see, modern women aren't operating in good faith. They're operating in selfishness. And that's the issue. All right? Because a man has to operate in good faith that you're not going to leave him. That you're not going to take half his stuff. You know what I mean? And that's exactly the point of it all, that the man will die for that woman, but they don't appreciate that or care. And that's the way men feel, women. That is exactly the way men feel, what Preston just said. And this is why we're talking about this issue, okay? Yes, men are the protectors and must be the beacon to keep the structure for the family. Absolutely. And this is why I talk about on this channel about men having purpose. Because without purpose, right, we are not in a position to take on a woman in our life without purpose, structure, and direction. The things that women look to us for in a real man, those things have to be in place. So we're going to talk about that here in some of these subsequent videos, okay? Marriage consultant. I love this. Told you, Neil, I got you, baby. Oh, my gosh. Shout out to Bruce Rain with the $50 super chat. Man, I wish I had a little Thank you so much, brother, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for that, man. Seriously. Look, gents, all I'm trying to do is make this channel better. And I fall short sometimes. Like I said, today I had kind of a family issue that kind of hit me at my core, man. I had to be there for somebody else. I had to be there for my little man. Okay, I had to be there for my little man, and he gonna go through it for a minute. My little man just had a very tough situation happen to him, and I had to explain to him that I lost friends too over the years, a lot of friends that aren't breathing anymore, and I had to get my little man through one of those situations. So I almost didn't do this live stream, but I felt it was way too important for me to let the show go on, okay? Because I think this is a very important topic. For my bro, I'll see you at the top. We'll be there together, brother. We'll be toasting together. Let's get back to this video. Gotta click the right button.
But yeah, women are born with their currency.
Facts.
Right? And it's up to us to keep it up and, offer it to worthy and desirable men. That's what I think.
Worthy and desirable men. I agree with the worthy part. Just because you're a nice guy doesn't mean you're worthy. Now, this desirable thing, women have twisted they've gone against their own nature. We just talked about this, about a man being able to provide provision and protection and security. Those are the things inherently within women that they used to respect in a man. And now they're saying we've raised our standards. We've raised the bar. Funny how modern women have so-called raised this bar, and yet and still, they still end up with these Ray-Rays and these Pookies. And they're so-called better than us because of this college education, yet and still, they still end up, their desirable men are the thing that's holding them back. Because any man that has to go out and put in his salt worth of work, and then he sees these type of women coming along, he sees her coming from a mile away. I don't pick the same type of women I used to pick anymore, right? I don't choose the same. I don't look at women the same because I've been through it. I've worked hard. These Tatianas that come along, they don't even get my attention anymore. You know why? Because I've done the work and I can see them coming a mile away. Yet and still, these so-called educated women still lay down with the Pookies and the Ray-Rays in them, the Chads and the Tyrones. They're still laying down with these dudes. And they keep having the same results. And I see them all the time. And if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you see these women crying about this on social media. You see it all the time. So let's talk about raising levels. Let's talk about worthy.
I think unattractive men should not get no play.
Listen, attractiveness is subjective. It is. But if you're going by surface level attraction as a woman, then you're no better than the men that you're putting down. You are no better than the men that you were talking about. Because it's funny how a man will settle down with an average woman. He will pick a woman up out of McDonald's and lift her up out of the dregs of poverty if she is wife or queen material. But you never see a woman do that for a good man. You don't see them do the reverse. Most of them say they want someone at their level or higher before they consider them for something more. Ain't that funny?
But what saves
That's her
men
laughing
if
at you.
they are not something to look at is money. And they don't even be having that, right? I'm not the money girl, pay my bills. I don't care about all that.
Wait, let me stop that real quick. Did you hear what she just said? She says, what makes an unattractive man attractive is money. And then she says, y'all don't be even having that. Now, I'm going to agree at some point that if you are a quote unquote unattractive man, then you have a higher, steeper mountain to climb. But money, you having, let's say you get a lot of money. Yeah, that might even the bar for you being able to talk to women that are out of your league. But are you going to be able to really find a woman that's going to be on the level? Because even if you have all of the money, if she's only with you for the money, are you getting someone that's true? Do you really want somebody that you have to worry about putting a knife in your back later on? Do you want to have to look over your shoulder and worry about that with a woman? I will tell you this. If you are an unattractive guy, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Put yourself in the best position possible. And if you got that much money, then maybe you need to take your talents overseas. Y'all haven't heard me promote Passport Bros in a while on this channel. I promote men following their purpose and following the path as laid out by your God. All right? That's what I'm promoting. And for some of you here in modern Western culture, that mountain is steep. But before you cry about women ain't talking to you, go out and give it your all. Build yourself up. and then see how your options open up. And then you can decide, do you want to be with a woman like this? Because she about to tell you what her requirements are. But I guarantee, if you're stacking your chips, you're setting yourself up for the future, you're working on yourself to the max extent possible, making sure your cut is clean, making sure your body's right, making sure your mind and your mental and your emotional intelligence is correct, then I'm going to tell you, brother, you got more options than women just like this. And that's what they don't want you to know. That's what they don't want us to celebrate. I'm telling you, okay? You got options. You're going to find somebody that loves you for you, but we'll get into that later, okay? I see what you said, Bruce. Bruce says, step your game up first. Facts. Chosen says, hold up, goddamn it, double click. These chicks are so gassed up. Basic chicks with 5 kids thinking they deserve Idris Elba. They absolutely do, which is insane, man. Hold on. Where we at? Y'all got a lot of comments here. I'm just picking randoms. I'm sorry, you guys. Not worth losing your freedom for that 5 seconds of action, bro. I agree. Yeah, Bruce says, nah, man. Neil says, yes, work on yourself, man. Everything will work its way out. Absolutely. Bruce says, you're playing the victim. Yeah, don't play the victim. Are you kidding me? You soft? Come see me. Oh, no, y'all all good, man. Yeah. Nobody's soft in here, man. Everybody good, bro. I know all of y'all, okay? Let's get back to what she's saying. I just wanted to make that point to you guys, okay? It's a very important point before she gets into her soliloquy.
Please. Most men couldn't afford me anyway. And they dragged my black ass on Facebook when I said if I wanted that lifestyle, if I wanted to sit home and do nothing and a man take care of me, he would have to earn $500,000.
What did this woman just say? Let me back this up real quick. Did y'all hear what she said? Did y'all hear her requirement as she laughed and scoffed? I'm going to bring it back just a little bit more right quick.
I'll pay my bills. I don't care about all that. Please. Most men couldn't afford me anyway. And they dragged my black ass on Facebook when I said if I wanted that lifestyle, if I wanted to sit home and do nothing and a man take care of me, he would have to earn $500,000.
That woman just said $500,000. Chill out, Bruce, man. You good? You good, fam? He says, love you, bro. Yeah, man, you ain't got to be out, bro. You're a part of the conversation. Cooler heads prevail. Stay up in there, bro. Stay up in there. Stay up in there. Just
based off of what I know that I attract, what kind of man I attract, and my lifestyle.
Did you hear that last part? Did you hear that last part? I'm going to back it up just for a second. Let me back it up.
What I know that I attract, what kind of man I attract, and my lifestyle.
And my lifestyle. And my lifestyle. This is what we're talking about. Social media has a lot of modern women's heads gassed up about a lifestyle. And so now you have average ass women. This woman might make a lot of money. This woman might do what she do. Okay, you need a man with $500,000, which is goddamn ridiculous, right? But if that's what she feels she needs, that's what she feels she needs. But how many women out there are missing out on the love of their life? The man that's going to be there for them and support them through thick and thin, sickness and health, death do us part. Because they're chasing a damn lifestyle. All right? There's a lot of women out there chasing this fantasy. This money ain't real, y'all. And when you die, someone else is going to get it. And most likely it won't be your family. Because a lot of people don't take care of their money. A lot of people don't take care of their family. Particularly in the black community, we don't leave crap behind for anybody except a funeral bill. Pin that one. Pin that one. We don't think about leaving crap behind to our families because we think about us. Why do y'all think I'm doing all this? I could be working in an engineering plant making $250,000 a year. Easy. When I put my mind to it, I'm a great engineer. All right? But that wasn't making me happy, number one. And two, I wanted to build something on my own and leave it behind, my legacy behind. That is why the channel is called The Sensational Gent. I wanted my name on this. This has always been my dream. You can read my senior book right now, and it talks about these things. And just because people don't share my vision, the people in my family may not share the vision that I have, that I want to leave behind for my family, doesn't invalidate my vision. No, it makes me go harder on the vision. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. That's what we're seeing in these homes. That's what we're seeing in society. We're seeing a lack of vision. We're seeing a lack of drive. We're seeing a lack of men being men in the sense that step your game up. And you're not stepping it up for these women. You're stepping it up because you're thinking about what is your legacy? What do you want to leave behind? My dad, quick story. My father had a mom and pop store, chicken business, whatever, right? He did a whole bunch of stuff. And I got to see a little bit of it when I was younger. Actually, I didn't get to see it when I was little, no. But I saw that when he lost it all, I saw how much he struggled to try to get it back. And my middle brother told me something about my dad that I didn't know. That his dying regret was that he didn't build that business up and leave something behind to his kids, his sons, me and my brothers. And that hit me right up in here. Because I was like, I don't want to do that for my family. And though they can't see where I'm trying to go with this, any of you guys who've been around and definitely seen me over the past 3 years have seen the dedication that I've put into this channel. Some of you guys have been around long enough to see how much I've grown this channel. Because I have a vision that I'm willing to put forward. And modern women today aren't willing to stick around to see a man make these visions happen. They just want to spin the vision. They don't want to build the vision. See what I'm saying? And my dad could have been as big as Al Copeland was. Do y'all know who Al Copeland was? He was down in New Orleans running around the same time my dad was. Al Copeland is the one who started Popeye's Chicken. I'm not saying my dad's chicken was that good, but my dad had the opportunity to build out his business bigger. And because of poor decision making, he lost it all. That's right. So I am going after something bigger. Are you woman enough to stick around with me through the trials and tribulations? Or are you going to just take it and run and look after yourself? And this is why men today do not trust modern women. Okay?
He has to keep up himself and keep me up. He would have to make a minimum of $500,000 for me not to work at all. That's not my style. I need to do something. I need to work. Anyhow, I find it hypocritical that men are talking about women are 4s and 5s and what women think they are, and women are average at best. Most of you are all right at best.
Take that makeup off. Take that makeup off. Stop getting your brows done. I'm not going to lie. Her makeup looks basic. I don't got she overdoing it. I'm not mad at any woman in her position. But I'm going to be honest. And I'm not going to sit here and be rating people. I don't think women are all 10s like they claim. And I say that. But you never heard me on this channel straight out, not too often at least, call women's 4s and 5s. I only use a number system when women start overinflating their value. This woman is an average looking woman to me. I'm not saying she's not pretty, but this is an average looking woman. Chosen said that's a transformer. Let me put that up on screen. That's a transformer, bro. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm going to get to y'all comments here in a little bit. I just couldn't let her insult men without saying, what's up with that makeup? What's up with that makeup? Some of these women out here running around claiming they 10s, and you take the makeup off, who would they be without it? I'm okay with women that I like my women to wear light makeup to no makeup. That's me. And most of these women are so insecure with themselves, they have to wear it now because they don't like what they see in the mirror, especially as they age. But if we love our women, that don't matter to us. But if you don't make enough money, where's she going? Out the door.
Women oftentimes just tolerate you because of what you have to offer, not because you're desirable. A lot of you could look at a lot of men, the way they walk, that their body is weak. Their core is weak. They'll get beat up.
See what I talk about? Women want that protect. They at least want to feel safe around you. And this is where we talk about doing the work, man. This ain't just about attracting her with the way you look. This is also giving her that security that you can handle yourself. And we're going to talk about that here in one of the latter clips because I don't want to get ahead of myself. But she has a point here. And I'm going to bring myself up real quick because I got to talk about this real quick. She brings up a point. And the point that I'm going to agree with her on is that there are men out here who carry themselves like they're weak. There are men who carry themselves in a way that doesn't give off masculine vibes to a woman. Do I need for all of you guys to be my size and to be my shape? Absolutely not. You don't have to be clanging and banging in the gym. You don't have to be that dude. I'm not telling every man to go in the gym and be that dude. But god dang, take care of yourself, man. You know what you ain't doing. Some of you guys know what y'all ain't doing. You know you're not in there. You know you're not taking care of your body. You're not taking a walk every day or running or keeping up with your health the way you're supposed to. Y'all know y'all not doing that. And maybe that's hard to hear. But if you can't do enough so that woman says, you know what? I can see that this man is at least taking care of himself. Because if she can't see that you're taking care of you, how is she ever going to believe you're going to take care of her and a family? She might still go for it. But is she just there for the provision? Or is she there because she sees something more in you? Because she believes in your vision. This is why we talk about purpose on this channel, gents. I've been ringing this bell on the word purpose since I started this channel. You can hate what I'm saying or not, but it is the truth. And that's all I can offer you. You can take the blue pill and believe whatever you want and go back laying in bed believing whatever it is you believe. Or you can take the red pill and you can try to control your own destiny to the best of your abilities and see how deep the rabbit hole goes.
A lot of men are not anything desirable, right? But they have the gall to talk about women's looks when they don't even have looks or money. I just wish they would put that rating system to bed, especially when we rate men, right? And most of them are not even rich.
See how she went back to money? You see how she went back to money again? Rich. She said rich. Y'all heard it yourself. This woman said rich. She didn't say taking care of, doing good for himself. She didn't say that. I know men who have retired as, I know a man in particular who retired as an electrician. He didn't retire rich. He retired well off. He don't have to work no more. Because that was his plan. See, women put stock on being rich. Society tells you that you're nothing if you're not rich. When did did the lie become the truth? When did the lie become the truth? That is the society that we live in, gents. And now you have women like this on here shaming you for the hard work. They're born with their value. Remember she said that? She said women are born with their value. They'll never, I'm not saying there's not hard-working women out there. Let me make sure I make that statement clear. Women that have to sacrifice and go through things. I'm not going to say that. Because they do too. But a lot of women are out here in this damn society fighting for the same positions and jockeying for the same jobs as men. And they know how hard it is, yet they still put you down, even realizing how hard it is to just make it. Knowing that they have another leg up on the average man just by their looks and what's between their legs. That's fair, right? And the last thing is, you know why she's mad about this rating system? They rate us all the time. You'll go up to a woman like the two young gentlemen. You'll go up to a woman like the two young gentlemen that were in the previous clip, and you'll get dissed right to your face. You'll get shot down right to your face. Women can't take rejection like that, so they don't. They would rather not say anything to you than to be rejected by a man. She's mad about the rating system because she knows that she's going to fall victim to it at some point when Father Time catches up. The only equalizer of looks with women's looks that they have when they're younger as a man is for us to go out and build our value, and that value means something as we get older. So she is right about building, but this standard that they lay is so high, they've just priced themselves out of the market because rich men will hit that. Rich men will have them around for a little bit, but rich men are not going to keep them around. Not all women are worth being the queen to a rich man. So they're all chasing the top 20%. Top 20% ain't wifing them up though. And that's why this rating system bothers this woman. Let's continue and finish up this video.
And miss me with the six-figure talk because most men are not six-figure earners. But it just seems like everybody on social media all of a sudden makes six figures.
Wait, all of a sudden everybody on social media makes six figures. How many women have y'all heard out there that act like they balling? Oh, I deserve all this. I make all this. Lying through their teeth. Trying to keep up with their friends and trying to keep up with the mimosa brunches. This is all they care about. It's the only reason they care about six figures. So that you can fund their hair, their nails, and this lifestyle. That's it. Not for anything substantial. Nothing substantial. And if you're a woman and it don't apply to you, if it don't apply, let it fly. Prove me wrong. But even you good women that are listening to the sound of my voice, got women out there that you know, if you have female friends, you know you have female friends that's out there trying to perpetrate a lifestyle to everybody. And your silence is complicit in their behavior.
Which is bullshit. Most of you don't even make 6 figures. You can't even break 100K a year. But you're talking about women's looks. Many of you are very lucky to have access to women. Women take pity on a lot of men.
So should men take pity on women? This is the conversation. I'm going to put myself up on screen real quick. This is the conversation that, and I'm probably jumping the gun on the later videos. But one conversation that I've been trying to avoid with you gents, that I feel sometimes when I see certain things, right? I'm out there talking to people all the time. I'm out socializing. And I ask myself when I think about my gents, when I'm out in my travels and my discussions and my talks with all these women, okay? The thing I have to ask myself is, they have pity on us? I don't want your goddamn pity. What should stop me in channels like this for saying, you know what? Slay them all. Go ahead, Chad and Tyrone. Go ahead and do your worst. Do your worst. Break every heart. Leave them high and dry. The pookies that's laying up on the couch, oh, just milk them for everything they got because they're not worth it. I have as much reason to be angry and bitter and resentful and go out and just be like, you know what? F them all. Who cares? Listen to this. I should try to break every one of them, but I don't. You guys have heard me say time and time again on this channel, not to hate these women, not to hate all women. Just like I don't want women to hate all men. You guys have heard me say time and time again that if you have that type of hate and vitriol in your heart against a woman, likewise against men, you got work to do. You got work to do. I don't hate women. I love women. I love me some women's. All right? And because I do, older me has learned that I'm going to do my best not to break a woman. I'm going to do my best not to. Because what does that do for me? It doesn't do anything. It just causes me more drama. It's going to cause you more drama. But what, with this type of talk that this woman has, what should stop me from telling every gent out there, screw it. Screw it. If you get one, break them. Use her for all she's got. And don't let her use you for all you've got. I could say that. But I'm not going to say that. I talk about men having purpose, direction. Be that provider. Have that provision. Have that security. Work on you. But don't let these women get in your head to make you stop doing what you do. And we're going to talk about that in the subsequent clips at the end. Let me finish this out. I know you guys got a lot of comments going tonight. I'm sorry, it's going to be a little hard for me to get to all your comments tonight.
A lot of you begged women to be with you, wore them down, bothered them, annoyed them, and they finally gave you a chance.
Wow. Wow. That's why I say all the time, gents, if a person shows you who they are, believe them. And if a woman doesn't see your value and she isn't willing to give you the time of day, drop them. I think I said that in one of my most recent videos. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because a real woman that loves you is going to give you that time of day. She's going to worry about your needs. She's going to check up on you. She's going to make sure you're okay. Women like this and some of the modern women we see today, they don't give a shit about nobody but themselves.
Again, a lot of you are not desirable on any scale of measurement. You're just here and women give y'all an opportunity. there are very few handsome men. You might see a cute man here or there. And then you look at y'all bodies, it don't even be nothing to be like, please. And then y'all be holding on to hairlines that's pushed back. Push back.
Y'all be holding on to y'all fake eyelashes. Look at her eyebrows. Why are you doing your eyebrows? I do this for me so I look cute. Okay. Let you be busted with a busted ass hair and your makeup ain't right. You think $1 million man, you think these high value men making $500,000 a year is going to give you a second look? No, he's not. So when your boobs is sagging and you got, what about the women? You want to talk about men not having the right bodies? What about the women that are worried about their cellulite and then their body ain't right and their stomach ain't right? This is not me knocking you ladies. It's not me knocking you ladies for having that. I get it. But when a woman like this comes at, most of y'all men, a lot of women got issues. A lot of these modern women are living their lives and they're just trying to keep their beauty. As it starts to decline, it starts to fade. Yeah, they might still look good into their 40s and the 50s, sure. But their value ain't the same as it was in their 20s. And they buy this, L'Oreal, Vidal Sassoon, L'Oreal Paris, the eye tightener, right? I'm going to get my tummy tucked. I'm doing all this. I'm not taking that away from you women. Please don't misunderstand me. But when you hear arguments like that, both men and women have things to work on and aspire to. And this woman is just shamelessly putting down men. Yes, do we have some work to do? Yes. And I talk about this on this channel. I am fair and I talk about what we need to work on. But it's y'all stank ass behavior which makes y'all the most unattractive. I'm going to say that on camera. I'm going to say that up on camera so I can clip that later. A lot of women want to talk about, women like this want to talk about what a man is and what a man isn't without realizing or caring about the struggle a man has to go through. We all need to be doing more work, men and women. But a lot of women like this lose out in the long run because of that stank ass attitude, this stank ass attitude behavior that they portray. Losing out on maybe the love of their life. The love of their life. The only love of the life of a modern woman is money and lifestyle. It has nothing to do with you as a man. Women, if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. But I'm telling you how men feel right now. I'm telling you how men feel.
The barber about to mess up your hairline tomorrow again. So, I mean, it don't even really, a lot of y'all just need to be quiet and be glad women giving you access.
You know what? You better be lucky if we all just don't collectively don't look at y'all at all. You better be lucky if we don't collectively just start paying for it. I'm for it now. Look, there's got a couple, we got a black pill friend. Shout out to QB Passport Flexing. Shout out, check his channel out. He straight up will tell you he's a black pillar, different type, but why not just go out there and pay for it? You're already going to pay for it one way or the other. You might as well just pay for it, get your rocks off, and go about your business. Go back to your little lawn chair and your big ass TV and your three consoles and do you. But is that going to help society? No, it won't. But these damn women don't give a shit about that. They care about themselves. Again, keep coming back to that selfish thing.
A lot of you don't deserve women, to be quite honest.
I've said this. No woman deserves to give you cooch. That's a fact. They don't. But equally, you are not entitled. Even if man make $500,000 a year, you're not entitled to that man's provision. You're not. I don't care what you got between your legs. You could have that. You could have that thought. You could have that scognon. You can have that fire scognon. I ain't said that in a long time. That's a word I used to use down in Louisiana when I was younger. Y'all don't deserve the provision of a man just because you're pretty or because of what you have between your legs. And is this mindset why a lot of women will find themselves unmarried, unconnected? You guys are digging this hole for yourselves, and men are seeing it. And that's why I talk and bring it up on channels like this. This is why I bring it up. And to me, this is probably one of the most important. If you don't watch any other video on this damn channel, this is probably, to me, one of the most important conversations we've had today, gents.
Your looks ain't that good looking. Your body ain't. Many of you are not that bright. Like, it's humility is required.
Humility from y'all ass is required too. Because take that makeup off, take that weave out your head, snatch them damn bats as eyelashes off your eyes. Did y'all see that what was it? O'Shea Dude Jackson had a thumbnail with a lady. She looked like her damn eyeballs about to fall out of her head. She had tape across her face trying to subscribe to these beauty channels. Let's talk about the women that go down. Hold up. Put myself back up on camera real quick. I want to clip this too. Let's talk about the women that go down to Brazil or to Mexico and they go ahead and get them BBLs. Why are you trying to change the way God made you? Why are you trying to lift your ass up? Why are you trying to inject yourself with all this stuff, putting your life at risk? Why are you doing it? Oh, because that's where your value is at. You think your value is in having a BBL or getting those eyebrows done, get these fake ass lashes or your fake ass hair or getting your boobs done. So many of you guys can sit there and talk like this about men. And inside, you're just a hollow graveyard of a woman. A lot of y'all have a dark, blackened soul. And I'm sorry that your dad wasn't there. And I'm sorry that your mama hurt you. Because they talk about how, daddy issues, but a lot of these women got mommy issues. They do. They didn't see their mothers being a mom. They didn't see their mothers being a wife. And so what happens? There's a sense of entitlement. There's a sense of them trying to protect themselves. They're in protect mode. A lot of modern women are wounded animals. You ever tried to help a wounded animal? What does it do? It bites at you. It snaps at you. It might even nick you a couple times. And in the worst case, it will attack and it will take you out. And that's what we're dealing with modern women today. Women like this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me let her finish this out, and then we're going to get to the next clip. I'll get to your comment section.
Right? Earn some money, build something for yourself so that you can at least have an argument when you're rating women, because you're unattractive and you don't have no money. The irony. The hypocrisy.
The irony and the hypocrisy is modern women put so much stock on this lifestyle. They put so much stock on how they look, because that is their currency. That's one of the things that men are attracted to looks, but women are too. So what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a man being attracted to what he's attracted to? See, we shame men for this. But we weren't willing to tell women the truth about it. Women will lie to each other. How many of y'all done lied to your big friend? Your big and fabulous friend. Oh, girl, you look amazing. And what happens? Y'all go out with her and everybody's getting attention but her. And y'all don't care about how she feels. It makes you feel better that you have somebody in your friend group that's inferior to you. And you keep her around so that you feel better for your little ego. That says more about you as a person than it does about me. Because, see, I'm about uplifting my brothers that are around me. I'm about iron sharpening iron. So saith my two swords in the corner. All right? But what are you about? Your girlfriend's got to look a certain way to be around you? We can go back to high school and see how y'all clicked up. And if a girl didn't look a certain way, you kicked her out. You made fun of her. You know better than we are. So stop acting like you are. We're all in this thing together. If you're not the top 1% that has all the wealth of the country, you're not wealthy. You're barely rich. You're in the same boat that we are, the 99%. And until we stop looking at each other and thinking one is better than the other and see that as long as we're having these type of discussions, that somebody is putting the banana in the tailpipe. Okay? Somebody's getting the shaft. As we used to say on my submarine, the shaft is aft. And there's a reason. Because we're all taking it in the end. We're all taking it up the keister. As people used to say back in the day. All right. Let me get to some of these comments. I'm sorry I missed a lot of comments, but I'm going to try to run through these quickly, okay? Oh, my God. I haven't been on these comments for a minute. Let's start here. Preston apologizes to Bruce. Yeah, no, man. It's all good. Chosen, agreed. I think depth charge was one that was the shark transformer. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about the shark. Yes, you have been true to yourself from the start. Ups and downs, you have came a long way. Can't wait to see more success. Thank you very much, Neil. I appreciate that. I was just kidding, guys. Still saying you right. That's why you stay away from these people so you don't get caught up in their garbage. You do it for yourself. Build yourself up. Get the money for you and your family. Absolutely. Juju says, damn, you from NOLA? Me too. I'm from Pontchartrain Park. Well, Juju, I was born in a hospital that no longer exists in New Orleans. I spent half my time on the East Bank, and then I spent the rest of the time on the West Bank. All right? That's a transformer, bro. I already got that. Bruce says, Bruce, I was kidding. Can't take a joke. It's all good, man. Bruce, so are you. Ain't no lames over here. Let's get that one thing clear. Man, y'all ain't got to be doing all that arguing. We all brothers in this. That's a woman. That is a woman, Preston. Can we get a nice homemaking Filipino on video laying out her requirements for passport bros? I probably have to look one of those up just to show the difference. A lot of them starting to put music in the videos now, which making it hard to monetize the videos. Robert, thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate you. Ungodly women, always materialistic. Adam and Eve judgment. That's a good point. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, you can see that stuff coming to pass. We can take the rating system off this one. She's disqualified. I agree. What's up, Still Saying? Seriously, I was kidding. Of course, these people aren't worth my freedom. Yep, you guys are agreeing with each other. It's Bruce who can't take a joke. That's all right, man. Bruce is passionate. He's a passionate brother. That dude, I got to give Bruce his props on this. Me and Bruce do a lot of talking. He knows I'm a vampire, so I'm up late at night. And Bruce is the one who I have a lot of late night conversations with. So that's one of my brothers in arms. And one day, you'll see me and Bruce on video together because that brother has always been hella supportive of this channel and always have I've been able to bounce things off of Bruce. So he's one of our brothers, man. We don't need to be arguing amongst each other. We need to get on the same page. You good, fam? I'm good. Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. You never see sisters in Brazil. They not stupid. Brazil is for real, for real. Yeah, that's right. Masculine woman playing God with Satan's minions of simp men. Adam and Eve judgment. You dropping some good stuff there, Robert. Is okay. I'm not gonna go there again. I got love for everyone on this channel. No disrespect. Now I feel bad for Bruce. Now he's good, man. He's gonna be good. Of course, she doesn't like the rating system. Just look at her. Look, wore out and tired on a clown. Robert says, "Why be resentful? It's funny when you see the truth. The truth is a good disinfectant, ain't it, Robert? None of them whatsoever. Love is truth. Sex and marriage have nothing to do with love. Now, we're starting to see that love needs to be out of that equation. It's not to say you can't have love, but love, it shouldn't be the first reason you get married. Love should be the icing on the cherry on top. Call that woman a broken fiddles used Skittles. Nice one. Woman's feelings called love from mommy is not love. Love is truth from the father logic, how things work, nature's laws. You're speaking truth, man. You know what I mean? Like, love is being respectful of each other. Love is seeing the purpose through. Even when you don't have the feeling, the tangly sensation, it's the dedication to the cause of what you all are building together. That is love. Love is willing to put yourself or put the other person before yourself. Men do that all the time when they work till they die. Because there's no love greater than this, that a man give his life for his friends. What does that say when a man is willing to give his life for his woman? Is that not love? I'd say it is. Prince says no one cares. Focus on your purpose and your grind. Say that all the time on this channel. This woman's son is going to see this and become a Ray Ray. Yep. No drama is no karma. And that's why men are choosing not to deal with this stuff. Or Pookie. Yep. Modern women live inverted truth called lies. Socialist and communist is female nature. I don't like to drop those type of terms because, believe it or not, we live in a democratic socialist society. It's unavoidable. So I don't like to use labels because people misuse the labels. People say, I don't want any socialism. Well, when you accept certain things from the government, you're accepting socialism. And then we can say it's a democratic society, but it's actually a republic. People misuse terms. Get out of the terms. See, one of the things about taking, I hate saying red pill, but one of the things about Neo taking the red pill is you have to unlearn what you've learned. You all think that we're red and blue and black, white, women, men. No, it's the haves and the have-nots, the 1% and the 99%. And as soon as we can understand that concept, be it in the manosphere talking about this stuff, or be it in our democracy or in our government system and structure, we'll realize that we're stronger together than we are apart. Together, we're a fist. Apart, at best, we're just a slap in the face. And you can knock somebody out with a slap, but you're not going to be felt like you are with a punch. So let's knock these terms out. That's why I don't consider this a red pill channel. That's why I don't talk about passport bros anymore like I used to. I want to regard labels to the max extent possible. Yes, I have some labels I use here. But I want us together in this. I want women on board with this. When do we stop playing their game? Because believe it or not, women like the one we just saw on screen, the belief that she has is why we are trapped in this system. And us putting labels against each other are why we are trapped in this system. I never felt more free than I was able to live and walk in the streets of Mexico and didn't have to worry about any of this crap. I regret that I even turned on the TV to see the new, not TV, but look through the news clips to see what was going on in the States. I felt guilty for being away. I felt guilty for living out of the country because I looked and I said, man, when you see it from the outside, we're all screwed. We're all screwed. And as long as I'm on this side, you on this side, in the military, we didn't talk about religion or politics. Why? Because they stopped us from getting the job done. And I have friends who believe things different than I do. But together, we got the damn job done. No labels. Sorry, I had to go on that tangent, but I think that was a very important concept that I think a lot of people miss. No. Her is about to be on the back seat in 5 minutes. She has no room to talk about a man's hairline with all that fake yaki they buy. Oh my God, y'all are vicious. It's not an accident that her milk jugs are out in the video, right? Take the rapper claws off. Man, bro, I'm just speaking truth on this channel because I want us to be stronger together than we are apart. That's men and women. I got a bunch of Stridex pads and I know how to use them. Oh my God, you guys are vicious. Fake nails, hair, makeup, veneers, eyes. She has no nerve to shame men. And she has the nerve to shame men? Right. Ironically, fiat currency is not money. Right. It's debt-based currency. It's slavery of the reserve banks. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, Robert. That's exactly why I said the labels don't matter. It's this fiat debt currency thing that keeps us apart. Not the focus of this channel. But this is what I'm talking about. Juju says, man, that's so true. A lot of women have mommy issues. Daughters and mothers don't get along. Craziness. Yeah. You'll have mothers, Juju. You will have mothers and daughters that'll be on TikTok together, doing their little dances and stuff, doing the Macarena or whatever. I don't really know, man. I don't be knowing. They'll do all this stuff together. But why are they doing that? Your daughter doesn't need you to be your damn friend. She needs you to be a mother. She needs to see you in your queen status. You want to be a queen? You need a king. But queens, they bring soft discernment. Listen, I have female friends and I respect the way they think and I respect their judgment. But when they do it out of love and they're doing it from a place of humility and they're doing it from a place of care, I can be hard. I don't need you to be hard. I need you to be truthful. I need you to be fair, even if it cuts me. But women have a way of doing it that we can't. We come hard with it. And some women do too. I'm not going to discredit it. But think about coming to America. Think about you had King Jaffe Joffer. King Jaffe Joffer. And he was not going to have it. My son has a job, right? You remember how forceful oh my God, James Earl Jones was in that role? Think about his mother, Marjorie Sinclair. Rest in peace to that queen. Marjorie Sinclair was wise. She was fair. And when needed, she gave the king a word that he needed to hear. But she never disrespected him. See what I'm saying? These women out here don't know how to be queens because they don't know what the hell I'm talking about when I talk about that stuff. They don't know what I'm talking about a Marjorie Sinclair and coming to America. Hell, most women can't stay awake during movies. You ever try to watch a movie with a woman? Unless it's a damn rom-com or, it's 50 Shades of some color I don't give a shit about. Chosen says, dudes lie all the time. We pretend we don't smell that dirty oven. Oh my God. All of that crap will only bust in their faces. It's busting in all our faces, bro. That lady can gaslight propane out of business. Still saying that's a damn good one. A wounded animal is a dangerous animal. Absolutely. Wealth is children land. Who has high birth rates is winning. That's funny as hell still saying, yeah, that is very funny. She mad some dude she don't like her. And we see that all the time, right? Clown. Yep. Circus attracts clowns. Roman emperor said, give us circuses and they won't rebel. That's crazy. We're not born to be perfect, just born to live our best life, which is what the theme, which I always say on this channel. Until next time, live your best life, right? While we still can. Exactly. I mean no harm towards a brother in arms. I know you don't, brother. I know you don't. Love is admitting you're wrong and admitting your mistakes. Facts. I take the red pill before the blue pill any day of the week. No labels, only truth. That's where we're at. I'm almost done. Umar blamed all black men. Oh, my God. Good one, Chosen. For women's poor behavior. No accountability is being perpetrated by dudes, too. You're absolutely correct. Umar went on his damn rant and said it's our fault for the way another grown-ass adult acts, particularly when it comes to the black woman. Now, I don't care about your race in this. You just got to hear it out. Umar is a pro-black, doctor or whatever the hell he's a doctor of, right? And recently he went on some podcast and he talked about us men in such a way that it's our fault. It's our fault. Yes. Could men step up? Yes. If we all stepped up right now, I'm not saying make six figures. If we all just stepped up and did the best we could do, you would still have women living in this delusion thinking about themselves. It would. It wouldn't change anything. The only thing would change is if men stopped giving all their attention and all their time to the women who don't mean them no good. If men stop simping, if every dude just stop simping at once and stop feeding these cash apps and their cash apps and stop feeding their OnlyFans and stop feeding their live streams, or you see women on live stream with these low cut tops, right? You stop feeding the machine, then the behavior would have to change. It's not changing because men are still simping over women that don't give a shit about them. That's laughing at them just like this woman. And she wasn't wrong. Women are only dealing with certain men because of the provisions that they provide. Whether that be you giving her money on some live stream or you're subscribed to her OF, or you just cash apping her $5 every morning for coffee and she hasn't done anything for you. Men are so desperate to have the attention of a woman, the mirage of a woman actually giving them some attention, that men are drinking the sand that these women are giving them. They're not giving you nurturing water. Only a real woman does that. These modern women today are only giving you sand to drink. And when you're so thirsty, so desperate, you can't even tell the difference. That Umar is not welcome on his channel. Hell no, he's not. But Umar is an opportunist, pretending to care about the black community. He panders whoever sends him money. Look, man, whether I believe, I don't think he's wrong about wanting a school. And they might be people in powers that be are shutting that man down. Might be. I don't know. But man, you have the same song and dance, and it hasn't contributed to building a damn thing. Okay, you can't build a school. Build a rec center. Build some type of rec center for our kids. Hey, y'all, I couldn't do the school, but I have this rec center here. I know how it gets done. We're providing these services for our children and for our community. Okay, I couldn't get the school done, but we still have a program here that's going to help kids out. Here's the blueprint. Please, we can't get the school done, but we can raise the money to be able to build these rec centers in cities that need it. Give me another option, Umar. I don't know this man. I don't. But what I'm going to say is the song and dance ain't working. What's plan B, Umar? What's plan C, Umar? All right, let's get to the next video. Now, this next video that I'm going to show you guys, we have a debate. Now, we just heard this woman, the last woman, bash men, say that most of y'all are not even average at best, and pretty much women are only giving you time of day because they see it as an opportunity cost for getting what they want, which is true. This next video that I'm about to present to you guys is about a woman who's going to talk about another issue that we need to discuss. We're talking about being the nice guy. Too many men out there, maybe some of you guys that are watching, that'll watch this later on, maybe it's you. You're like, I'm a nice guy, Sean, but I can't get the attention and the attraction and garner the attention of women. I'm being nice. Why don't they like me? Now, I got to say that I have identified a pattern that I've seen in a few videos with women. So my job as an engineer is to identify patterns and to see how that's going to hurt the plant, or is this pattern saying that everything is good? When I see a pattern, I have to address it. So we're going to address the myth of the nice guy. And if this applies to you, please take this in. Do not get offended by it, but use it to see where she's coming from. And I'm going to argue this point after we watch this clip. Check it out.
One of the biggest turning points in a nice guy's life is when he starts to realize he's not so nice. When he starts to realize that the people-pleasing, the doing everything for everyone else, the lack of boundaries, the always saying yes, the enabling to behaviors he doesn't like just to keep the peace, isn't actually helping but hurting the people he loves and himself. Ironically, when he stops focusing on being such a nice guy and actually just asks for his wants and needs, everybody around him benefits because the subtle manipulation stops and he starts living a life of more integrity.
Let me tell you, gents, I heard this, and at first I started taking it the wrong way. And then I realized this woman has an absolute point about being the nice guy. All right. I've been watching a show on Netflix, and I'm not going to lie, another reason that this episode almost didn't go off, this live stream today, I wound up binge watching the rest of a season of Suits. I'm on I finished season 7. I'm on season 8 right now. And there's a character on the show Suits. I don't know if you guys watch the show Suits or not. I'm telling you, it's really good. I think I got an eyelash in my eye, man. What the hell? One real quick. There's a character on the show Suits. And oh my God, I can't remember his name now. It just brain farted. Louis Litt. If you guys watch the show, there's a character called Louis Litt. And Louis keeps making himself available to unavailable women. All right? Louis comes off as the nice guy. You might even think he's borderline, right? On the rainbow, right? He's borderline rainbow dude, if you just get his mannerisms. But that's just the way Louis is. And there's no knock on any men that's like that, whatever, right? This is a channel for men, all men. Okay? But Louis, as you watch the show, I've been watching for 8 seasons. Well, I'm beginning of the 8th season. But as I watched the show, this nice guy, this came out in one of the episodes where he was the nice guy. He capitulated to what the women in his life wanted. And so they didn't respect him. They didn't look at him as a man. Like he's a man. He's built himself up. He's a named partner on a law firm. Yeah, he got all that. but he could never garner the full respect of any women. Because if you listen correctly to what this woman said, she said that nice act eventually leads to that man, instead of articulating his needs and laying down his purpose and what he expects, he doesn't do it that way. He says, it's okay, baby, whatever you want. And as that man's needs isn't being met, as it isn't being fulfilled, as that man's needs aren't being met, he doesn't see it, but it is degrading him. It is stripping him of his masculinity. So eventually what happens is you get these outbursts from people that do this. And Louis Litt on the show Suits is no different. He has these outbursts of anger and rage because in the end, Louis's needs are not being met. Some of you have been in situations where you capitulated to the woman that you with because you think that you're doing her a favor. And in the end, all you're doing is making this woman not respect you, not see the masculinity in you. It doesn't matter how nice you are. She can't respect it. She can't respect it. In her nature, she cannot respect a man that is nice just to be nice. And how he gets what he wants is through using this nicety as a weapon, which means that you start to hold this woman emotionally hostage. I know y'all not ready for this talk yet. No, we're going to get there, King. Hold up. That's a good point. Being nice equates to manipulative? No. No. Being nice and you do it in such a way that you're not being masculine. You're nice. You're being nice because you think that's what she needs to hear. You think that being nice is going to make her nice to you, but your needs aren't being met. See, I need you to get back to that point. If you're a nice guy and you're being nice to her and you're fulfilling her wants and needs, but your needs aren't being met, your desires aren't being met, then how do you get that? You'll start lashing out. You'll start being emotionally manipulative to try to get your way. Because make no mistake about it, you can only suppress your needs down for so long until it just erupts, until it just spews out. So I'm not saying being nice is being manipulative. Thinking that you're a nice guy and women should like you for that reason alone, and the actions that you take inside of your relationships are going to eventually lead to a manipulation to get your needs met. Does that make sense? Are we on the same page here? Are we on the same page? I have another video they want to play exactly after this because I knew that the argument that King brought up was going to be pertinent. So I'm going to have another woman, totally different woman. Notice she's going to tell you the same thing, but she's going to make one subtle difference. She's going to make one subtle change. And this is where we're about to get into this is where we start digging into the womb. Okay? I'm not saying being nice is a bad thing. But if you are a nice, quote unquote, guy, that may be a bad thing. And when I see a pattern, I start pulling on that thread. Let me put myself back up on screen while I pull up the next video, because I think it'll give some context to this argument. Here we go.
If you are interested in a man who is considered a nice guy, be careful. Here's why. There is a major difference in a nice guy versus a good guy. The nice guys, 99% of the time, their personality is fake so that they can get something that they want. You will notice common characteristics in them: saying yes all the time, being super easygoing, never setting boundaries or speaking their mind. Even if they are not trying to get something out of you, what will happen is resentment will build up in them and they will hate you and be angry at you for them not being able to speak their mind and say what they need. A good guy, this is the type of guy that you want to go for. He is the one who is led by his integrity, by his values, and his morals. He is genuinely a good man. You will notice characteristics about him. He has no problem setting boundaries. He speaks his mind. He has self-respect and self-love. He is able to love you fully. Do not date a nice guy. Instead, choose a good guy.
All right, gents, I hope that kind of gave a little clarification to the argument that I was making here. See, it's no coincidence, right? I'm not going to say I believe in fate, but I don't believe there's coincidences either, okay? I think that the things that we go through in life help us to get to where we need to be. Life sometimes gives us point signs at us and lets us see patterns. Remember what I told you guys. I almost didn't do this live stream. And then I took a minute or two, and these videos are the ones that popped up. As I was watching the end of season 7 of Suits, where I'm watching this quote unquote nice guy have these emotions that these women are talking about that are inherent in nice guys. Now, y'all know I'm about truth and honesty on this channel. And I told you guys I'm not perfect. I don't come here and talk like I'm perfect. I'm not going to sit up here in my chair with a suit on. That's why I'm wearing this wife beater. Okay. Oh, I guess you can't say that. God dang it. A top. Okay. That's why I'm wearing this A shirt. First of all, it's hot. It's Vegas. Okay. Second of all, I'm just being stripped down to tell y'all the honest truth. Honest truth is, I had to look at my nice guy times. And I thought about it. When I heard these two videos and I watched that season of Suits last night, and I watched emotionally through season 7 how Louis Litt in that show was being manipulated, not manipulated. Him being the nice guy was making him suppress his feelings. And what was happening was those feelings were coming out in the wrong times during the show. Right? He got a job to do. He got a lawsuit that he needs to be working on, and he would explode. And he would always just blow it up because he's been suppressing these emotions. The great thing I love about this show is that Louis Litt actually goes to therapy during this show. And as he's going to therapy, you get to kind of hear some of the things emotionally that Louis is going through as a quote unquote nice guy. So I don't find it a coincidence that the season I'm watching highlights this even more. You have the first woman and you have this woman right here, both saying things, you know, I'm not saying it's 100% true, but there's something to it. There's a pattern. Now, like I tell women on this channel that men are saying this. You may not like what we're saying, but this is how men feel. Well, this is how women are telling you about nice guys, what they're starting to notice. When there's a pattern, start pulling a thread, start pulling the string. Be a good man, and which I always say on this channel. You never hear me say about nice guys. I talk about nice guys losing, but I talk about good men. The two young men, when I started this live stream earlier today, were nice guys. But to be a good man, you have to stand on something. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. So that's why I drill in this channel about men being on their purpose, knowing which direction you're going. How can you lead a woman down a path and you yourself don't know what the path is? Would you allow yourself to be led by someone who has no clue where you're going? or has no type of plan whatsoever? Women are creatures that need security. They respect a man that has some level of direction, or at least knows where he's going. You know, back in the day, you would see, I don't know, it was a thing. Maybe it was, you can call it, downplaying women's abilities or whatever. But, like when you're on a long road trip, yeah, your wife might help you drive. But usually on long road trips, if you're married, us men do a lot of the driving. And when you have a woman that respects you and loves you, she trusts that you're going to drive as safely as possible for your family. Our problem as men is that sometimes we're not willing, if we have a good woman, we're not willing to take direction from any woman. Now, us as men, we have our pride and our egos. So when they say, are you lost? You're like, lost? What? Psh, no. And get more lost. But that woman entrusted you to drive. The most respected man is the one that she never has to worry about where they're going or if we're going to get lost. And if we get lost, he always gets us back on track. So when I talk about purpose and having meaning, it's not so that you could be a nice guy. It's so that you could be a good man. All right? Let me put myself back up on screen so I can get to some of your comments. I do have 2 videos left, and then we'll finish out tonight. But let's see where we're at. Okay. Umar, something about Umar. Oh, right here. Steele says Umar is a fraud like Derek Jackson. Derek Jackson. Oh my God. Only a matter of time before everyone wises up. Yeah. You don't have to travel a road to know what to expect, TSG. Just watch the signs. Absolutely. I agree. I just say at some point you will have to travel. If you want to garner the respect of any woman that you're with, are you going to know the road perfectly? Maybe not. But as you said, if you're on that road, you may not know the road. But if you can read the signs, you should get there just safely. All things being equal, correct? So I like that. Just watch the signs. I like that. King says, being nice equates to, we already talked about that. So she is assuming that when nice guys are nice because he wants her to see that she is safe with him emotionally. So she should choose him. To her, she thinks it is manipulation through expectation. Yes, that's kind of what again, I'm trying to put this the best way I possibly can. That's where the line can get blurred between being a good guy and a nice guy. Both of them may have that woman's best interest in mind, but how they go about getting there is 2 different things. I'm just trying to tell y'all, right? I'm going to strip it down as basic as possible. Women are not attracted to nice guys. They're just not. Oh, they might get with the nice guy because they've been with some bad guys and they just want to feel better about themselves. Oh, yeah, you can get a woman to being a nice guy. You might could even break a woman down emotionally as a nice guy. But is that what you really want to do? Is that the type of woman you want? Is that how you want to be with your woman? On this channel, we aspire to be men, period. If you disagree, I'm not the channel for you. And as we tell women to take accountability of their actions, the reason why I brought up these 2 videos is because we need to take accountability of our actions. Again, Women don't owe us no panani, no more than we owe them $500,000. If we're willing to take accountability to that, then are we being men for our women? Can that woman trust you that you are a man that stands on principle, that you are a man who is decisive? This is what men do. That's why the next clip is going to be so pertinent to sealing off this last argument. All right? Let me first get through a few more of these comments, and then we'll be done with that, and we'll get to more comments. All you need to fix that is a large dose of blunt honesty. Yeah. Well, A-Top. I had to say it that way, King. You know how it is, man. But that's part of being a man. Part of being a man, no. I always quote the Bible, and I'm not a religious person, but I know the word. Right? Prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. So that's what it needs to be when it comes to the way we deal with the information that we're given and the information that we give. But there's another scripture that talks about that the tongue is fire, and the tongue has the power of life and death. And it could be your life and your death, or it could mean how you affect the life of another person. So when you become a man, your tongue is discerning. Yeah, you can still give out truth, but you can read the situation on how to give out that truth. Sometimes you got to come with the hammer. Sometimes you don't. And some people don't know that. And nice guys who aren't emotionally intelligent suppress all of it until all it becomes is a hammer or a fist. And that's not always the way to get things done. Okay? The pattern is a lack of honesty about needs and expectations. And that's what she's talking about. Still saint. That is it. Nice guys aren't good at putting out their needs and expectations. So when they feel that lack, the first thing they do is lash out. You know? And again, that's what I saw on that show. I'm seeing these patterns. I'm seeing all these things lining up. I have a word for you guys today. You want to talk about some church? Here's some church today, okay? All I can offer you is the truth. All right? We're on the same page. Good. Good. Nice guys finished last, unfortunately. I'd wager to say that the way we're going now, nice guys won't finish at all. Neil, nice guys finish last used to be a thing. But we're getting to a point that nice guys are finding themselves that they're not finishing at all. We want to talk about statistics. It is us men that are deleting the situations. Because these men do not know how to express their feelings. And I don't want to. When I say express their feelings, I'm not talking about being a little bitch about it. Crying all over the place and stuff like that. But if you ain't got at least one partner, and I get it. Some people have, those two young men at the beginning of this live stream probably have a hard time making friends. But everybody needs to have somebody that they can lean on. There's this thing called Maslow's pyramid of needs and wants. And if you guys can bear with me for a second, I'm going to show y'all what Maslow's, if you've never heard of this before, I'm going to pull this up. Put it up on the screen. Okay? You guys have never heard of Maslow's pyramids of needs. I'm going to show you real quick. Look over here to your very right here where my cursor is moving. At the very bottom, we have to have our psychological needs, physiological needs met. That means we need air, we need water, we need food, we need shelter, we need sleep, clothing, reproduction. Okay? The next rung, if we don't have the bare basics, right? The things that we need to survive, then moving up on the pyramid is pretty tough. The next part of the pyramid is the safety needs, right? Personal security, employment, resources, health, property. Okay? So as we're moving up, now we need to just give ourselves a little bit more security on where we're at. And then you start getting up. We'll never be our higher self until we get to that third rung. We can never get to the top until we have that love and belonging, the friendship, intimacy, family, sense of connection. And this is why we have so many men stuck where they're at. Because, yeah, as a man, you can provide your own air, water, food, shelter, sleep, all these things. And you might have a good job, so you're employed and you got resources. You know, you're trying to take care of your health. But in modern day society, ladies, this is what's happening. That sense of love and belonging isn't there for men anymore. Because let's face it, women are as hard as men out here today. So men aren't feeling that intimacy. Men are deciding to be alone. And as much as I respect all of you guys saying, I'm going to go and do my own thing, you need some level of friendship. You do. You just do. Even if you, why do you think dudes go to the same bars all the time? I do. I have my Cheers. You remember Cheers, where everybody knows your name? I have my people I go see all the time. This is me trying to fulfill, and some of you might be doing it too, but you're trying to fulfill that friendship, that intimacy, that family, that sense of connection. That is why you go to your bowling league or you shoot pool or you got some friends you go out with. It's a need in your being. And then you raise up. Then you talk about respect, self-esteem, status, recognition, strength, freedom. And then self-actualization is at the very top, the desire to become the most that one can be. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on this channel, the way I talk about things is exactly this. It exactly follows Maslow's pyramid of psychological needs or hierarchy of being. Okay? Some of you make these things a want, and they're not a want. Some of those higher rungs, yeah, those would be nice to have, and you want to get there at some point in your life. But those bottom three are very important. So when you talk about being a nice guy, you're talking about a guy whose needs aren't met. And when those needs on that rung isn't met, it sends you, it shoots you back down the pyramid again psychologically, or just it destroys you psychologically. You can have all the friends in the world, but then all of a sudden you lose your job and you lose your employment. And if those friends aren't there for you, why do you think people feel like they crashed down, that they got to control, alt, delete out of this life? I mean, I could be just blowing smoke up your ass. Look it up for yourself. But I've been knowing this for years, because before I became an engineer, I wanted to study this stuff. This is important to me. You know? Chosen says women are more simple-minded than people think. They like whatever is popular and desired by other women. This is why pookies are liked regardless of how whack they are. And I think that women also go for pookies and ray-rays and whoever you want to, whatever label you want to put on it. Because that's what they see as attractive. That's what they see as a man. Not like a full-fledged man, but unfortunately, women be trying to change men too. Oh, I can make him better. Oh, I see something in him. We're going to talk about that here too in the last 2 videos. Shout out to Ennis. I kid you not. I got my sister sitting here with me and she says, you handsome and want you so bad. She's 21. Thank you very much. She ain't ugly. She got a Sade type. Man, Sade is fine as hell. Sade type look to her if you want to know who that is. What's your email? Man, all my information is on the channel, bro. If you want to contact me on the channel, okay? You in Miami? No. You're in Miami. You talk to me about getting there. No, I'm in Vegas. Thing is, though, and thank you very much. I'm very flattered. Thank you. Thing is, though, you have to think about women who will receive all of these benefits, knowing they will not choose the nice guy ever. And that's the thing. Oh, still Saint. Perfect. Perfect segue. Before I start this next video, it's quick. It's a very quick video. Let me read that one more time so I make sure I get that. You have to think about women who will receive all the benefits, knowing they will not choose the nice guy ever. In that show that I'm watching on Netflix, the Suits, Louis Litt has money. So even though he's been able to attract women because of the money, the other part to that is he's been playing the nice guy role for so long, it doesn't matter. He can't keep those women. He can't keep them. He didn't get the woman that he wanted on that show until he stood up for himself. Till he finally started voicing what he wanted. Till he finally stopped being a pushover. When he was finally when he finally moved up on Maslow's pyramid to have some self-respect and let that woman go, let one of the women go that he loved, and that's true love. If you're willing to let somebody go, hey, I'd rather see you happy because I love you. You only let somebody go that you love and okay if they're happy when you love them. See, we think love is keeping people bottled up. But really and truly, it's really realizing that you still feel the same even if they're not with you. I know that sounds jacked up, but that's love because it's not selfish. See, everybody got this selfish definition of love. That's love. That's a lot of growing for some of you guys. Some of you guys may not be there yet. So, yeah. You could be the nice guy you want, but that doesn't mean she's going to choose you in the end. That's deep. That's deep. Yeah, man. Yeah, it is. Are they wrong for not being honest about their intentions? Because they don't want to lose the benefit of having that man around. Oh, no. That's a great point too. See, this is why I said this is probably, I didn't mean to go 2 hours. I meant for this to be an hour live stream. This is probably one of the most important discussions we've had. No. Let me read this again. Are they wrong for not being honest about their intentions because they don't want to lose the benefit of having that man around? They should be honest about their intentions. And I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. But no, I can understand that. They're not going to be honest about their intentions because they don't want to lose certain things from a man. But yet, still, any women that are listening to this, how many women say that men aren't honest up front? Men aren't saying what their intentions are right away. You know why men aren't honest about it or withhold their intentions in the beginning? Because if a man does that to a woman, she walks away. I'm honest up front because I'd rather just walk away in the beginning. I want to see who I'm dealing with. I want to see. Right off the bat. I want to know. I don't have time to be playing games. So if you come across a woman who isn't honest and forthcoming up front, Is that really the woman you want to talk to? She might tell you some stuff that you may not want to hear. He might tell you some stuff that you don't want to hear. But ain't that the problem? Ain't that the reason why women can't find good men and men can't find good women? Because we're all playing this game. We're willing to throw people away because they're honest up front. It's funny. There's another reason why the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Chads and the Tyrones win. You know why they win? Some of them are just honest up front. And to some women, that honesty is refreshing. I may not say to you as a woman that I want to lay with you right away, but I can give you every signal in the world to let you know I do. And you're either going to say, I don't want to do that, I ain't like that, this, that, and the third. Or you're going to be attracted by my blunt directness. You want to know why some of those guys win? Because they put the honesty right out there in the beginning. I can see what he wants right away. The only difference is she attracted to me in the beginning or not for me, for us to make that thing happen? That's it. That's it. God dang it. And I still got that eyelash in my eye somewhere. If you ever find a woman like that, treat her with respect. Don't lose her. Love her. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I need to do an episode more about the woman not to lose. Because we mess that up sometimes too. That'd be a good episode. I'm going to write this down. Y'all be giving me some good ideas. Instead of being negative, I'm going to be positive. What type of woman not to lose? Done. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate that. Water seeks its own level. Facts. That's deep, Sean. I'm trying to help. I'm on a roll today, man. Ennis, Sean, you got love down here in Miami, man. Females waiting on you. Your wife and daughters better be careful. I don't have a wife. I'm single. Love comes from the heart and the soul. That's why I'm always give y'all the real on this channel. But yeah, much respect to you, my G. Always love the content. Always look forward to the live streams. Just wish you'd do them a lot more. I got them. I got in here 2 hours late, man. Damn, it's all good, man. I was thinking about doing my regular videos and really quick. Maybe I should do that. Kevin Samuels did that a lot. He would still have his regular clips and programmings. I'm glad you brought that up, Ennis. Or who said that? Yeah, Ennis, right? I'm glad you brought that up. I have been thinking about starting a second channel, and I've been trying to start a second channel, but I can't sustain it. And I said, what's the easiest way to sustain the second channel? If I make a TS, it's going to be called TSG Extra. Okay. What I would do is, instead of doing the live streams on this channel, I think I'd do 1 or 2 so people don't totally leave off on the channel. But I would do the live streams on TSG Extra. And then I would clip the live streams and make videos for that channel so it has content. So it's easy to clip the live streams to make extra content for a second channel than it is for me having to plan out everything other than just that one live stream. And the other thing about TSG Extra is I can just get on there on a whim, something that happened, and I can just talk about it. Right? I want to be able to free form talk about things. But I need to know I got the support from the gents to be able to start a channel like that. The other kind of things is I can talk about just if I'm out and about and I just have my camera out and I'm filming while I'm out in Vegas. I can make a video about that on this channel, but to me, it just doesn't fit right now. But on TSG Extra, it can, because I can just talk about random stuff. And I know that the people that rock with me on this channel would follow me to the next channel. See what I'm saying? And that would allow us to have different, similar, but we can have expanded discussions. I don't have to be as locked into a form like I am now. I'm locked into what I'm doing in TSG Uncut. I'm locked in. But if I do TSG Extra, I don't have to be locked in. Does that make sense? So I've been thinking about this, and I might do that as a poll question for next week. All the poll questions are done for this week. I might throw that as the Monday question just to get some feedback from the gents on what y'all think. Let me know. Let me know if y'all rock with that. I think it's a good idea, and it's sustainable because I'm already doing live streams once a week anyway. See what I'm saying? It's going to take a while to build that channel up, but I believe we can build something else. We can make extra. We can build out the channel further if we do that channel. Let me know. If y'all rock with me on that, I'll do it. Okay? Where was I at? No playing games over here. That's for children. Facts. Hard and blunt. That's the only way to be talking to women. Yo, Ennis, bro. We support you all the way to the highway. I appreciate that. And it says, that second channel sounds like a good idea. Hell yeah, I can roll with that one. I'll put that as a poll question next week, gents. We rocks with you, bro. Okay. I'll make it as a poll question next week. Make sure y'all talk about that in the comments, because it's not that you guys that rock with me needs to see that. It needs to be the people that casually come through to be able to see that in the comments about what that could be and what that could look like. Does that make sense? Let's build this thing out. But I got to make it something that I can do sustainably. I can't make extra videos. I can't be editing for 4 hours on a video for another channel. What I can do is make live streams. I can jump on lives like that, and I can clip the videos out, and we can make the content that way. That I can sustain. I can't sustain a whole nother channel trying to come up with a whole set of topics that are different than what I'm already doing. So, all right, let's get to the last couple videos, and we're going to get up out of here. Oh, we're also going to review some poll questions from the previous week, and we'll get up out of here, okay? Please hang in there with me. I got to make and drive this last point home. Obviously, you guys know this man that I'm about to bring up now. He brings a good point, and it goes back to that nice guy versus good guy argument. Check this out.
A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very, very dangerous man who has that under voluntary control, civilized and disciplined, right? And who can use that in the service, well, let's say, of a family.
All right, that was a very quick clip, right, by Jordan Peterson. Whether you love him or hate him, he just made the point that I've been trying to make, and he did it in, 12 seconds, okay? The nice guy is the harmless man. What makes him so dangerous is because he is not operating in his masculinity. Is this not what we've been talking about on this channel the whole time? How men aren't being men anymore, and we need a place to be able to talk and have these discussions? Listen to me. I made a rant earlier on this live stream, and what I said in that rant was, what should stop me from just telling every man out there, F it. F these women, play them, use them, whatever. I made that rant. But then I said, I don't hate women. I could go out and do all that stuff. I'm not saying I'm some 8, 9, or 10. I don't even know if I consider myself a 7. I don't know what I consider myself on some number scale. Because what I've learned is I've been a 9 or 10 in some women's eyes. And I've been a 4 or 5 in some others women's eyes. Some women don't even look at me. And some women drool over me. Okay? And that's not me bragging. I'm just trying to say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I could go out there and do all of those things. I've hurt people, and I've hurt people before. I can admit that. I've been every type of guy on the spectrum, except ugly. I've always been pretty good looking. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking around. I'm trying to drive a point home, gents. And the point is this. I could be those guys that use and abuse women, heartless about it, break their spirit. I could do that. I could do it. But I have that man under control. I have subjugated that man not to his desires, but to my will. Because I'm trying to accomplish something bigger in his life. And if I let that man go free, how am I going to focus on this? How am I going to be talking about second channels with you guys when I'm not a disciplined man? I want y'all to hear that shit one more time. A disciplined man is a man who has controlled chaos within himself. Because see, if I let this shit go, I know that I'm a force to be reckoned with. I control it and because I'm disciplined and I have a direction. And that man out of control is going to keep me from my goal. And I still have to fight with that man every day. Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect every day. But that's what makes us as disciplined men, as real men, dangerous.
A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very, very dangerous man who has that under voluntary control, civilized and disciplined, right? And who can use that in the service, well, let's say, of a family.
Now, he has another clip that you may have seen in the past where he talks about that. Be a beast, man. Be a ravenous beast. Be out there just, and then take that chaos within you and bring it under control. And that makes you, as a disciplined man, the most dangerous man out there. Because you're controlling the chaos. And I'm going to tell you, women see it. Women see men that have their chaos under control. See, when you're a nice guy, they can see through it. Your chaos isn't under control. You're barely holding that shit together. You got that shit held together with Elmer's glue and duct tape. Well, duct tape, if you do it right, I know from being on submarines, you can duct tape the shit out of something and it'll work. But Elmer's glue, okay? You need that Gorilla Glue. What's that flex tape? You need that crap. My chaos is controlled. It has to be. Because I know what happens when I let loose. Hell, it almost killed me. It almost got me killed. It almost could have ruined my career. It could have hurt my family. So yeah, I got that guy bottled up. Not in a way that's going to explode later. No, through discipline. That's why I talk about purpose on this channel. Discipline. Gaining yourself under control. Some of you guys are still dealing with your chaos. You haven't subjugated it yet to your will. It explodes out. Not because you allow it to, it's because you don't have it under control. It explodes out because you haven't learned to control it yet. You are not a disciplined man. Disciplined men control the chaos. Period. Let me fix up the last video. This one here is a last entry. Oh, I'll let y'all see behind the curtain. All right, whatever. All right. This woman here has something to say that I think you guys should listen to.
I don't think the issue is that there's no good men out there. I feel like the issue is that you and I have been going for boys, not for men. There's lots of good men out there.
Notice what she said, gents. She said good men. She used the word good men. She didn't say nothing about no damn nice guy. And she also took some accountability to say that we've been looking at the wrong type of dudes. That's not to say that we as men don't have a role to play. Tonight's live stream was about us. If you didn't know that, it was about us. It was about how do we become better and stronger for the people around us and our families, our communities, and our women or our future women or our wives or whoever's in our life? How do we become better at that? How do we become stronger at that? That's why this discussion, I believe, is one of the most important discussions that we've had on this channel. Because we've had to dig in to some misconceptions that we may have about ourselves. Some of us need to look in the mirror. We do. I'm glad this woman isn't saying I hate all men. Yet and still she said there are good men out there. But if we learn to be better about the men that we choose and realize that this is the type of man that's better for us, then maybe we can win. Gents, there are good women out there. Unfortunately, some of y'all are going to overlook those good women because you haven't learned to control the chaos. Some of you guys think you are good guys, and some of you guys think y'all are operating as men, and you're really just a nice guy in disguise. That was my point. I'm not saying anybody that's watching now in the live stream. I'm saying you know who you are. That's why I'm saying that. You figure this shit out. You know who you are. If any of this has resonated with you, then you know what you need to be doing. Okay? Okay? You guys know what y'all need to do. Let me put myself back up on the screen here. And I have one last video to play. I have one last video. This is a last minute entry. I was going to put it first, but I didn't want it, just in case I have to clip this out of the live stream later because of some things that are said on it. I didn't want it to be in the beginning of the video. I want it to be last. For any of you ladies that are listening right now, there's a reason why men are feeling some type of way about modern women today. And let's just be honest about it. And my brothers in the chat, my brothers and sisters in the chat that know this channel, it's the behaviors. We can't trust you guys. So whether you're a nice guy or you have controlled chaos, the woman earlier tried to say, well, half of y'all don't look good, and this, that, and the third. Most of y'all are bums, and y'all ain't got no money, blah, 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 blah. Right? Show you what we see. Okay? I'm going to show you what we see. And I want y'all to remember something. I live in Vegas. I get out a lot. Sometimes I get out just because I need to meet that third rung of the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I need to socialize. When I'm home, I like being by myself. But sometimes I need to do a little socialization just so I don't go crazy. And when I've had my fill, I'm done. I leave. But I'm going to show you what's out in these streets and why men don't trust modern women today. You could be a very good woman, and men ain't going to know it because the company that you keep will dictate your success in life. And some of y'all women, good women, are hanging around with these snakes, these Jezebels. All right? And y'all letting your friends lead y'all to destruction, leading y'all to a life that you really don't want and that you find out later on you didn't want because you bought into their Kool-Aid. This is what we see.
Ever have an orgasm again or cheat for the rest of your life?
Oh, I'm cheating for the rest of my life. You're wild.
I'm cheating.
I guess I'll be a cheating motherfucker then. Shit.
I'm a cheat. I'm gonna cheat for the rest of my life. I'm a cheat. I will cheat for the rest of my life.
That orgasm crazy.
I will cheat for the rest of my motherfucking life. I cheat for GP.
Ever have an orgasm?
She just cheat for regardless, right? Hold on, let me put myself back up on screen. She just cheat for any reason anyway. I have played many video clips just like this, especially from this 856 Entertainment. Shout out to them. Okay. But him going out on the street and asking these women these questions. This is me going out on a weekend night in Vegas. It could be during a normal week in Vegas. They're not quite like these women. I think there's a little more class where I go to. But what I'm saying is the fact that he can go on the street and ask women this and just get these women just like voluntarily like, yo, I'm a cheat. How can men trust that? Women always used to talk about how men are cheaters. But I've already disproved that statistically that can't be true. It just can't be anymore. When I last looked at the statistics 3 years ago, men cheated at a 27% clip and women cheated at a 24% clip. But the numbers don't add up. That 3% variance, that doesn't even take into account the women who will never admit to it because they don't want to feel shame. Most men will talk about it. If asked the question, ego alone will make a man say he cheat. Hell, you could have a 3% variance just on men who lie to say they got some and cheated. Not women. Y'all will shut y'all damn mouth because you don't want to be found out. You don't want to feel the guilt. I'm not saying there's not men that don't feel guilt, but I'm saying we operate a little differently. Okay? So I brought those up. I brought those clips up just to highlight a point. And that's why it's so important for us to go ahead and do the work ourselves. All right. I'm going to catch a couple more comments. Actually, before I get to the comments, I'm going to get to the last portion of this. Right. So I'm going to do the comments and profiles of the day. I have 3 quick ones. This is actually from just to show y'all the recent poll results from last week that you guys stated. When I asked which of these are more important to you, you guys keep doing this. Why isn't all of the above? I don't want all of the above. I want to see how y'all think. Which of the following actions, characteristics from the list below would be the most important factor in a woman you'd call a wife? You guys at a 53% clip said she needs to be a woman I can trust. I hope there's some ladies that eventually listen to this because dudes are saying he needs to be able to trust you. Look at the last video I just showed you. I just said before I brought this up that men do not trust women today. The second, 22%, she respects me as a man and what I do for our home. And the third highest one, she must be nice, agreeable, and non-combative. Men want to trust their woman first, then they want respect. These are things that men need from their women. I hope that helps. Next one. I asked you guys, I did a recent video asking the question, are women more toxic than men? With that being said, which of these following behaviors of modern women are the most toxic? You guys said at a 54% clip, a woman who yells at or belittles a man. That is the worst thing you can do to your man is to belittle him, especially in public. And too many of your modern women are out there yelling and putting down your men in front of everybody. Nobody want to go for that shit. Then 20% of you said a woman who overinflates her value. How many women are out there overinflating their value? They're cocky. I say cocky. They're just not humble or they're just not have no humility. And then the third one is a woman who doesn't care about her body count. I was going to do a video on that, and I have that folder set aside because I will do a video of that in the future. Stand by for it. Haven't forgotten. I keep all my folders organized. Okay. But here it is. Men don't want to be, because that yelling at and belittling him, what does that go to? In the last poll, y'all talked about, men said, let me go back to it. Let me just refresh your memory. Needs a woman I can trust. And then the next one was a woman that respects me. What does that top one, that 54% speak to? It speaks to getting respect. Right? That's what it speaks to. A woman who overinflates her value, how can a man trust a woman that does that? That means she's not being real. See, these things all link up. Men are trying to tell y'all, they just don't give a shit. And the last one. Some men are choosing to fly women out to other cities and other countries without barely knowing them. These women are typically ended up leaving them or using them. How do you feel about this topic? 43% of y'all said those men get what they deserve if they get played. And we've talked about it on this channel many times before about how simping is probably one of the biggest things that are leading to the destruction of relationships today. And it is feeding into that overinflation of value by modern women. I brought these 3 polls up because they perfectly link together. So For you guys are watching who stuck to the end, if you guys want to know why I don't put all of the above, is because I don't give a shit. They're all yeah, it's always all of the above. It's always all of the above, but I want to know how y'all think. So now I can take these thoughts and I can relay them back to my listeners, to you all, to the few women that listen to this channel. I can't do that if you guys want to just all of the above me. Do you understand, gents? The second highest one was men need to stop flying these women out that they don't know. This is a bunch of truth serum. The third one, it's up to those men. So some of y'all say, I don't really give a damn. And the third one is, I feel like women take anything that benefits them. Notice 3 of these answers are damn near within 1 percentage point of each other, 1 or 2 percentage points of each other. There's a reason for that. There is a reason. Okay? Question of the day. Before we get up out of here, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what y'all think. In your opinion, why do you believe men aren't good enough for modern women today? I had to reword this question multiple times because I eventually worded it to the where it was, which is going to make it an ambiguous answer for you guys to do. But I want you guys to vent about why do you believe that men aren't good enough for modern women today? After having showed you all these video clips today, I knew that this is the type of question that's going to have some of y'all venting in the comments. And that's okay. Okay? That's okay. This actual question for today's topic, I want y'all to vent about. Why? I think it's good for the soul. I think we're going to get some real answers. I had a woman said she wasn't going to watch. I think I told you this. A woman who wasn't going to watch my channel because I hearted a comment that was below hers that she didn't agree with. I heart comments for 2 reasons: to let you know that I read them, and to clear them out of my queue. If I don't heart some of these comments, then I have all these hundreds. I got thousands of questions I haven't even answered because they just built up over time. So to clear out some of that queue, I heart them to get them out the way. I do want to answer every one of your comments, and I do try my best. But I want you to know I do read them. And so, oh man, we need the Visine after this one. But y'all know I do comment on some of your questions and your stuff. That's how I feel. That's what I'm thinking. Or I might just get a chuckle out of some of the stuff y'all say. The point is, if you're going to get bent over backwards about everything I say, I'm not going to be perfect. If you don't want to watch the channel because of stuff I say, then don't watch the damn channel, okay? I don't give a shit. But if you want the truth and you want somebody being real and somebody who's trying to express how I feel through what I've been through and what I've seen others go through, then this is your channel. But I'm not going to stop being real, okay? That's our problem in this damn society. Everybody gets butthurt about every little thing. Comedians can't even tell jokes anymore because everybody gets offended by every goddamn thing. Any of y'all watch Tropic Thunder? I wasn't offended by Robert Downey Jr. playing an Australian man who was making a parody on how roles get stolen by people based on their status and stuff like that. That was the joke. And people got offended by it. I don't know not one black person that I know that got offended by Tropic Thunder. If anything, they think it's brilliant. See what I'm saying? Because we're too easy to get offended by every damn thing. If you're offended by the truth, this ain't the channel for you. If you are offended by the truth, not some subjective truth and not some truth by somebody who's trying to lie to you and manipulate you, if you are offended by the truth, something that you can objectively look up, look at both sides of the equation. If you're offended by that, you're everything what's wrong in this society. You're everything that's wrong with this society. Where are we at? God damn, y'all put a lot of comments down. Where we at? Okay. All right. By the way, thank you. Thank you for being back here, Ennis. All right. By the way, what do you think about WW3? You ready for the draft? I'm not getting drafted. I see you got your muscles and abs and stuff. You seem like a fit dude. You'd make a great soldier. Well, I don't know if you see this back there. I was a chief. Okay. And I'm retired. And I've done my time. That's the way I feel about it. I know that we're supposed to always be on call and stuff, and I would be on call for certain people, but I'm done. I did my time. Okay? I'm done. What do I think about it? I don't concern myself looking too far in the future about things that I can't control. Things I can't make a plan for. What did I tell y'all my favorite saying in the world is? This shit is chess, not checkers. There's a reason I believe that way. I don't like to think too far into the future about things I can't control. I try to control the things that I can in the present. Okay? Great question, though. Where am I? I missed this. Press this. Smoky Flow rock with you, bro. Neil says, I'm so glad I'm back watching your live streams. Iron sharpens iron. Absolutely, Neil. Neil has been around with me for a very long time. You guys, he saw me get to grow this channel. He saw me when I only had 300 and something subscribers, almost coming up on 2 years ago. And now we've built this thing to 11,770 something subs. I don't know. Help get me to 12,000. Help get me to 12,000. But he was rocking with me. He got to see me grow this thing. And I know, Neil, I've given you some advice that might be hard to do. I know you have things that you've been dealing with. And I know sometimes the advice that I've given you on growing your channel and everything might be hard. And sometimes it might be harsh. But I believe it was when I got the harshest comments and criticisms is what allowed me to look at my channel objectively when I had 387 subs and say, this shit is bad. It has no direction. I was just with the wind. You have to know what you stand on. You have to be on principle. You got to be real. And you got to be willing to say the things that people ain't going to want to hear. Because they won't respect you if you just capitulate. Yeah, I got to tone down certain things in the way I say it. Because obviously we want to keep this channel monetized. Obviously, I got to play the game with YouTube. But at the end of the day, I've been consistent with my values and my beliefs. And people can respect and rock with that. But when you sit here just trying to like throw shit up on against the wall, and that's fine. We all have to do it. I throw shit up on the wall with this channel all the time. Just to see, just because I want to be able to make different content. But the thing about it is, you can come back to this channel now and you can look back a year ago and you look back 6 months before that. And you can see the growth, but you can see the consistency starting to happen. People rock with that. Okay? Oh, wait, I missed something. What makes a man dangerous is an unpredictable man. That's right. Hey, real G's hit hard and move silent. So you make your moves in the dark, right? And you let people see your success in the light. You make your moves in the dark, success in the light. Unfortunately, that's when people start rocking with you. There's like, oh, I see you, bro. I was with you at the beginning. It's like, no, you wasn't. Where was you at when I was going through it? No, I had your back. I had you, son. You didn't. Where were you at when I was in the dark? Where was you at? Where was that when I needed you? Some of you guys are going through that. You got people in your life right now who will only rock with you once you hit a certain whatever. And that's not it's not to say throw everybody in your life that's like that, but I'm just letting you know, people don't rock with you until you're a winner. Okay? It's not bragging if it's the truth. There you go. You definitely got the Tyrone energy, fam. Oh, I'm telling you that if you hit the dating scene and let Tyrone out cage, a lot of shit's gonna be thrown at you, bro. I hope you got the step. Oh, it is. I needed that laugh, bro. Yeah, I be. Depends on which cycle you catch me in, man. I be having them Tyrone vibes. I told somebody, man, you wrong. I got offended by it, and I thought about it one day because I had started working out again, right? Like, if y'all know, I've been on this fitness journey back from when I got back from Mexico and I kind of was in the States. I hadn't worked out for like 6 months at one point. And then somewhere about, what is this, August? So for the last 6 months, I've been working out steady. But I've been doing this for years, man. So I know how to get back. But I looked at myself in the mirror one day and I said, man, there's some Tyrone vibes going on. It was after that somebody accused me of that. And I was like, man, this is jacked up. Oh, I got all huffy and puffy and shit. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, there might be some truth to that. There might be some truth if I started acting a certain way. The hardcore carnivore galore, especially over in Miami, they're not going to stop till they knock up. Till they knocked up. Oh, man. See, Ennis, you got the same problem we have here in Vegas, man. People on some other time, bro, out there, bro. That's why, I stick to the same places because I know what to expect in those places. Man, you start going to all these different little places, man. I went out to one of the big nightclubs the other night, and I swear to you, man, they look like Cheshire Cat in that nightclub. I hadn't been there in a while, but I like to show my face because I like to keep my contacts up with the security and some of the bartenders around town because I like to know folk, right? Vegas is a town about who you know. So I went to go just poke my head in the other night. Man, there was a lot of women from out of town that night, and they looked like Cheshire Cat. They had this big ass grin from ear to ear. And I'm like, man, I look like, how on the cartoons, they be looking at their friend, they hungry, they ain't ate in a long time. And then, one of them, the coyote, or look at the rooster like he's a rotisserie chicken, and then the other one will look at the other, or the hen will look at Porky Pig like he's a ham on a roast. That's the way they was looking, bro. It was crazy. Crazy. But I know you had all your kids already and you have to be disciplined, respect that, but still temptation, man, is tough. That right there, gents, what Ennis just said, I'm going to tell you guys, temptation is very tough. It is. And it takes a lot of years and a lot of discipline and a lot of going through things to get through it. And you're not going to be perfect, gents. You're going to make some errors. You're going to question yourself. You're going to question yourself, man. You really will. But that's not the reason to give up, because we're always a work in progress. That's why I'm here for you guys, man. I hope you guys rock with me because we're all a work in progress. I want for us, men and women, to be better so that we can be better for each other. But that doesn't happen unless we're honest. And I struggle with a lot of shit, man. Right? After my best friend left for the week, I'm honest with you guys. I'm gonna put it out there. We were going out all the time because she needed to get out and see Vegas, which I was glad to do. But before she came along, I hadn't been going out as much. I've been very disciplined. I was getting back to my discipline. And that week out of going out drinking, it didn't stop when she left. I couldn't stop it. I wasn't getting wasted every night, but I just couldn't stop going out again. And then probably about a week and a half later, almost, week after she left. And then one day I just was depressed again. You can't be going out that much, especially at my age, and then be drinking that many days in a row. I was depressed. That's why the content has been okay, but it's not been consistent. Because I was fighting back through that. And I know there's some people that's not going to understand that. There's some friends and family of mine that might watch this and was like, oh, he went radio silent. Yeah, he went radio silent because I was going through it again. I took myself out of my discipline mode. The temptation of going out all the time. I'd worked so hard to get out of that. I've been back to the gym again. So I'm back on my, I'm getting back there. But I was struggling, gents. I was struggling. So I threw myself back in the gym. And after I get done with this live stream, I'm going to the gym after this. You know why? Because I purposed myself to do that. Because that is a discipline that I do. 3 days on, 1 day off. So now I'm starting my next cycle again. I'm disciplined to doing that. I hope you all are disciplined in your life too when it comes to that stuff, okay? There are a lot of good men out there. These women just don't want them. If a chick on top of me and tell me to, oh yeah. You got me with this one last time. Yeah, they told me to, yeah, unless I'm already wearing protection, I don't know if I'm strong enough to resist. Yeah, to let loose, ski. I know, man, it's tough. But you guys got to stay disciplined with that. It's tough, but you got to do it. There's also some good women out there. We just can't find them. They got to let themselves be known. Control the drama, control the world, real talk. Thank you for that, Neil. And it says, wish I got your discipline, fam. But at 28, these hormone demons are raging. I know, bro. I don't even know what to tell you, except it really pays to be disciplined. Shit, just being a little bit more disciplined at 28, if you just held off and be disciplined until 35, you might say, 35, Sean. Oh my God. I don't know if I can hold off being disciplined that long. If you hold off just those 7 more years, you work hard, you're not out spending your money, you're not out in the clubs, you're not out partying, you take that money and you invest for 7 years, or you find something to put your money in that's going to give you a return for 7 years, fam. 2 things are going to happen. You're going to find yourself in a better position now than you will then you do now. The second part is 7 years straight of discipline. You think you're just going to cut that shit off right away? You think it's just going to cut off? Nah, fam. You've established a pattern of discipline. Listen, I let go on my workouts sometimes, but I can tell you over years and years, I've been very consistent. I've consistently been in shape my adult life, right? But how did that happen? Years and years of being disciplined at that. I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm at the beginning. Some of the biggest YouTubers you guys see didn't blow up until 5, 6 years, 10 years in. I'm only at year 3. All I'm building now is the muscle memory, honing my craft, getting better at my delivery. What do you think I'm going to be in 2 more years when I've been doing this, or 3 more years? So I've been doing this for 3 years. What do you think I'm going to be at in 3 more years? The discipline over time. That's what we got to do as men. We got to be willing to be disciplined and control the chaos over time. What do you want? Because if you know what your purpose is, then anything that is antithetical to your purpose, you won't allow it in your life. You might slip up here and there, but overall, you're going to be like, I got to get here. And we're going to lose sight of our full purpose. But what did I tell y'all? Where my little notebook is. All right. Where's my notebook? This was the first 5-year plan I ever wrote. That was from 2015 to 2020. This is my second 5-year plan that I'm on right now. Okay? It ends in 2025. So before the end of 2024, midway through 2024, I will already have my new 5-year plan written for 2025 to 2030. That is discipline. Do you know that me moving to Mexico last year and living there wasn't supposed to take place until 2025? That was supposed to start occurring from the 2025 to the 2030 plan. And I got to it 2-3 years early. 3 years early. Come on, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Where am I at? So you'll find your way there, Ennis. These women just proving my case that they don't want good men, that they're looking for losers and abusers. Absolutely. Chosen. Women take cheating secrets to the grave. Not even lying about that. Still says modern women have unrealistic expectations and cartoonish with their personalities and other antics. Forget having a family with one. Wow. No need to explain yourself to a person who can't roll with this. TSG, do your thing. I appreciate that still, but I want people to know that when they're a part of this and they're a part of being a gent, what they're going to get when they're a part of this channel. That's why I hope when I put this book out, I hope that each and every one of you guys will rock with me. I really do. I already know what the second book is going to be about, and I think that's going to be the deeper of the books, but I'm really putting my heart into this one because it means a lot to me, right? With my fitness journey and putting out my story out there, okay? Oh, well, it sucks to be heard. This channel ain't for everyone. You're right about that. Ain't and can't. The truth is we're here. The corn in these people's ears and fearful of your peers. Yeah. That's why I'm talking about realness is deep on this channel. Some people can't handle the truth. And if they can't, I might not be the channel for them. Discipline is the only way to win. Absolutely. And person says, I need a planner like you. Man, I'm all about planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This shit is chess, not checkers. I have these mantras because these mantras is what keep me on track when I lose my way. I lose my way sometimes. You're not going to lose your way. So, what do I tell my son and my kids? If you get knocked down, man, it's okay to be down for a little bit. Wipe off yourself, but don't just get right back up because you'll get knocked back down again. You need a plan so that you don't get knocked down again, at least not the same way. The difference between most people and successful people aren't scared of failure. So many people are scared to fail, so they never try. Man, if y'all only knew, nobody supported me on this shit. My own family didn't support me on this channel when I started it. Hell, I knew I had started coming in my own way when I started getting calls from my own mom, or calls from my brother. Man, that last episode you put out was real, son. That's when I knew I was doing something right. When I got random calls out of the blue. Hey, I watched your show today. You did? What? I didn't even know you watched that thing. Yeah, no, that was really good. See what I'm saying? People start to rock with you when you start to make your way. Neil says, true, bro. Trying to let y'all know. All right. Did I have anything else to put out? No, that's it. Hey, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to go back through. Shout out everybody. We had a lot of comments tonight, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all for getting here. Make sure that y'all answer that question of the day in the comments after this video is complete or later on. I'm going to clip this video up. I think there was a lot of clippable moments on this stream that I think are going to be very important to helping out the gents, right? So again, question of the day, in your opinion, why do you believe men are not good enough for modern women today? I want y'all to be real. I want y'all to be raw and honest. Women, you're going to read this and you may not like it, but I want gents to be raw about it because I want y'all to read it. And if you objectively read it, you say, man, do men feel this way? Yes, this is the way they feel. Okay? I want that raw and that real. That's why I didn't baby the question. I left it open because I wanted it to be that way. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Ennis, man, for the $5 super chat. He says, keep shining and being the best you can be, fam. Role model, brother, man. That reminded me of the Black He-Man. You know what, bro? First of all, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. This is your channel, man. And that's why I said I need your guys' input. Should I start the second channel? If you guys wanted to get more out of the channel, then I can make a second channel. But I need to know that you guys are going to rock with me when I do it. And this is the kind of stuff that helps me to say, keep doing what you're doing, Sean. And I am so glad I did not do this live stream today. Okay. So thank you for the $5 super chat, man. Everything that you guys give goes to help the channel. We all lose our way, but also find your way to past reality. And that's absolutely the truth. We have to go through it to learn the lessons of life, man. You know? So I couldn't do it without any of you guys. Shout out to Preston for being here, always supportive, brother. And I thank you so much for that. And it's exactly the same thing. Listen, I know there's a lot of temptation out there. but you might need to sit down and do what I do and astral project yourself out 5 years. What do you want that man to look like? I'm not going to, you know what? And thank you for the $5 super chat, first of all, right? You know how I write my 5-year plans? I sit down. Do any of y'all meditate? If you're like me, you probably don't. You probably don't sit there and go, nom, you probably don't sit there and meditate that way, okay? You probably meditate like I do, where you zone out, because your body has a natural meditation process. When you daydream and zone out and stuff like that, that's your body kind of in meditative mode. It's not a focused meditative mode, but it is a meditative mode. So I will sit when it's quiet and my spirit is calm, and I will project out 5 years. Not what I need to do, but where do I see myself? Where am I going to want to see myself in 5 years? Okay? So I write down all the things I see in that projection. I'm teaching y'all how to write a 5-year plan. If you don't know, this might be one of the most valuable things I can give y'all for free on this channel. Well, not free. You guys have super chatted tonight. I love it. I write down all the things I want to see for myself in 5 years. How I want to see myself. What do I look like? How do I feel? Where do I want to be at? What kind of things I want to do? And I will meditate on that for a while, if not hours. And then you take that vision of who you saw in those projections. And then I want you to start writing out, how do I get there? That's it. That's how you write a 5-year plan. How do I get to there from here? And another secret I'm going to give you all about writing my 5-year plan. It's hard not to get demotivated when you don't see those check boxes going off. Part of your plan is you got to do some research. So I say, I want to be able to do this. And then of its own, you're not going to be able to just reach it that way. There's some steps. So I write out each step. Research about this. Research how to do this. Blah, blah, blah. So that way, even if I take an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, to study and look it up, now I got a check box I can X off. See what I'm saying? So it always looks like I'm making progress. And that always making progress is what keeps you going on the plan. See what I'm saying? When you don't see results, you give up. I know plenty of people, especially in this YouTube business, that don't see results, so they still give up. Hell, when this channel wasn't doing well, I've had this channel 5,000, where was I stuck at? 7,000 subs for the longest. And I was stuck, but I didn't give up. I just kept ticking away. That's the same way. You have to see little milestones happen so you keep going. So something simple is, hey, let's say if I want to do, let's say I want to learn about, I'm going to tell y'all something. So I need to write this book. I'm going to turn it into an ebook. I want to sell a book. So it might be write and sell your first book. No, it might be write your first book. Okay, write your first book. Well, what am I trying to do with this book? Sell your first book. Well, how do you sell the book? Well, now I got to do some research. What methods are there for me to sell? So now I put research on how to sell the book. And then from there is like research on how to monetize this book. Now you have all these boxes and check marks. That's what you saw on the page. And now in order for me to get to, publish my first book, I got to go through all these steps. That's how you do a 5-year plan. Because before you know it, hey, I just checked off that I wrote, sold, learned how to monetize, learn how to turn it into an ebook. Look at all the things I've learned just to get to that one step done. Does that help any of you guys? Am I off base here? Look, man, I may not have been the best chief in the Navy. I may not have been the best father. I may not be the best brother. I may not be the best son. I may not be the best friend. I may not be the best presenter. I may not have the best YouTube channel. But I can tell you one thing. I'm the best at what I do. I am. Am I perfect? No. But what I do, I'm good at. And I can plan my ass off. Because any of my close friends know, they said it the other night when I was at the bar. It was like, Sean always got a plan. I forgot who they told that to, but it's like, Sean, even when he don't have a plan, he has a plan. Neil, are you still in here? How many times have we talked about this? I don't know if you're in here, Neil, but how many times have you and I talked and I told you I always have a plan? You even said, damn, you always got a plan. I always got a plan. Always. I roll with a plan in my pocket more than I might roll with money in my pocket. Oh, that was what I was about to say to Ennis, man. That's what I was about to say to Ennis. He said something about Superman, He-Man. And that's what I am, man. Oh, wrong side. That's what I am. That's my nickname, right? I'm the one that everyone comes to. I'm the one that's kind of what made me form this channel, man. It's like, well, shit, I'm giving away free advice anyway. You know what I mean? I'm already helping out people anyway. That gives me purpose in life, man, to help somebody, man, to tell somebody something I didn't know, man. Give them game about, I wish somebody had told me this. That's what I wish, man. I wish somebody had told me and gave me this game, bro. I'm not saying nobody didn't try to tell me these things, but the execution of the way people do their things wasn't what I needed for me to be successful. Okay? Yep, gotcha. He said, gotcha, yep. That's Superman tattoos. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. That reminds me of, is the eyes open still on? Yeah, that's the channel I'm gonna change up again. Okay. I only put a couple of videos out, but I couldn't sustain it because I didn't know. I had a direction for the channel and then I didn't again. Because I'm like, it started being something different than what people wanted or than what I expected. I want this channel to be as real to me being real as possible. And the best way to do is expand from this channel and make this one something that I can be a little bit more raw and visceral with. That's what I want the new channel to be. So I said, what's the easiest way for me to be able to start a second channel, but keep content going on it? Hell, on the new channel, I might want to talk about a movie that came out. Are y'all going to rock with me through that? Or is it going to be the same talk that we're doing? I might watch a movie and say, man, I saw a parallel to the things that we talk about here. Or maybe I just want to talk about a goddamn movie. But TSG Extra is so that it could be more variety on the channel. I want a variety channel, man. And I'm not going to take away from this one, but I got to have something else. See what I'm saying? And I believe having a second channel will stop me from burning out with this one. Not that I'm burning out, but I've almost burnt out a few times. And I don't want to burn out. So the outlet for me will be the second channel. Does that make sense? So that I can just talk about shit in real time. So anyway, shout out to Preston. Shout out to Ennis. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Neil, thank you for being here, my friend. I really appreciate you. Thank you for rocking me so long. Still saying, thank you for rocking me. Thank you for always dropping the truth, just like you guys always do. Shout out to Chosen. I'll get back to you in a moment there, Chosen. Who else did we have up in here? Blah, blah, blah. I know we had like JoJo up in here. Who else did we have? Shout out to King. A-Top. I had to call it that, man. I'll get to your comments in a second. I won't forget you guys. Just trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. Shout out to Robert Carney. Thank you for coming through, man. And thank you for dropping some of that knowledge you dropped on us. Juju, thank you for coming through, man. I know you be missing the live streams, but it's so good to see you come through here, man. And I appreciate the support tonight. Definitely needed that on this channel. Who else did we have up in here? Wow, I haven't done a 3-hour live stream in a very long time. But I think this was one of the most important ones we had tonight. But you guys are pretty loyal tonight, bro, because there's only like 5 of y'all that was in here tonight. Shout out to my brother Bruce Rain. I know he be having to go to bed sometime too, so don't think it was all you, Preston. I just think it was just time for him to drop out because he have to get his rest and stuff. Brother Bruce out there working hard, man, and I'll talk to him about it later. Y'all, we all good, bro. We all brothers here. Shout out to Bruce Rain again for the $50 super chat, man. For show. And then Chosen, you hit me with a super chat too. I just don't want to miss it. There you go. Shout out to Chosen for the $10 super chat, man. Thank you for that. You guys really hooked me up tonight, man. I just XL Pro, thank you. You always sending me stuff on Instagram. That's another way to get at me. Hold up. Let me put my banner up on the screen. Oh, wrong one. Right? So you guys can follow me on Instagram at TSG_uncut. Right? Also, that's the Cash App link right there. Again, everything that you guys have contributed goes right back to this channel. Okay? No sense in that. Let me get back to the comments. I don't want to miss anything. Did I miss anybody? XL Pro. Juju, got you. Oh, shout out to Byron Parker. Thank you for coming through, Byron. I appreciate you. Who else do we have here? Okay. I think there's some more new comments. Let's get back down to them. Thank you, XL Pro. Again, thank you, man. So much. Funny you mentioned Superman. Also, my name starts with an S. It works, right? Mentioned Superman. There was a running meme for a while on the internet with Superman flying off with Lois Lane after saving her, and she's still looking in this man's eyes wondering, oh, yeah, man, did I see that same one? If he's the best she can do, female nature or something. Yeah, I think I saw that too. Or, Ennis, here's another one. Y'all see it? Tell me if y'all seen this one. She was with Clark Kent, and then she wished that Clark Kent was Superman. And then there was a side meme saying while she was Superman, she was trying to change him to stop doing what he did on his purpose to be more like a Clark Kent. Do y'all remember was it Superman 3 or Superman 2, where Christopher Reeves gave up his powers to be with Lois Lane? He got in the thing and he gave up all his powers so he could live a normal life. And then they went to some diner and the dude bullied him and everything like that. Right? And then she looked at him pretty much like he was pathetic with his nose bleeding and crap like that. What happened? Now, this is where controlled chaos comes in. At the end of that one, he regained his powers. He went back to that bar and he stood up to that man. He stood up to him. But he did it smooth. And that's the way you got to be. Make your moves in silence. Let people see your success in the light. Move silent, but hit hard. See what I'm saying? Yo, we rocks, bro. So do. Oh my God, man. Ain't no satisfying to these females just focusing on yourself. Yeah, right. And that's what I talk about. No woman gonna really respect you until she can see that you focus on yourself. Here's the downside to everything that I tell you guys on this channel, and we're gonna leave out with this. There are some women that will see that you have done the work, and at some point, they're going to see that you're healed. And we think, hey, we're going to be healed. Sean, I got my body looking right. My mind is right. I know where I'm going. I know my purpose. Some of you guys are going to get on that journey, and you're going to fucking fly up Maslow's pyramid. And you're going to reach the top. You're going to see the top. It's a floating pyramid. You're going to go down sometime and go up. But when you finally, what was the top of that pyramid, right? Is when you esteem and self-actualization. And when you hit that level and you think, all right, I already get some level of attraction, but now I'm complete. Here I am. Do you know that that's not going to be good enough for some of these women? You're literally going to have some women tell you that because they're so insecure, they don't want to be with you. They're going to tell you because of their faults and you've done all this work, you make them feel bad about the work that they haven't done. And you're like, well, Sean, why would I do all that work if I can? Because you don't need that in your life. Man or woman, if they can't see your value for who you are, then they're not worthy of your time anyway. And I'm not saying that to be mean or like get rid of everybody you know. I'm not saying it either. I'm just saying that your time becomes a little bit more guarded and a little bit more for the people that respect it and the people that truly respect you. Respect is earned. It's not given. So once you've done all this work for people that don't have your best interest in mind to really get all of your time or get a significant portion of your time, they got to respect the hustle. And respecting the hustle means not wasting your time. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, gents, thank you all for being here. We'll be back next week, hopefully. All right. And then, again, look for that poll on Monday. I'm going to ask you about the new channel and what you guys think, what kind of content and stuff like that. I'll be thinking about those ideas this weekend. I'm writing it down right now to say new channel poll for Monday, so I don't forget. And thank you guys for being again. I appreciate you guys more than you know. That's all I'm going to say, okay? And until next time, live your best life. Did you know that the average internet user